In the remote deserts of a land long shrouded in mystery, a structure rises with a precision that seems almost otherworldly. At first glance, it resembles the pyramids we have come to associate with ancient civilizations, towering, geometric, and monumental. Yet, the deeper one examines this pyramid, the more it defies logic, challenging the very foundations of what scholars believe about history. Unlike the familiar monuments of Egypt or Mesoamerica, whose construction has been meticulously studied and cataloged, this pyramid possesses anomalies that have left scientists, engineers, and archaeologists grappling for answers. Every stone, every alignment, every unexplained architectural feature suggests knowledge and skill that should have been impossible at the time of its supposed creation. Its very existence questions the timeline of human achievement, hinting at technologies, methods, or understanding that may have been lost or deliberately hidden over millennia. The story begins not with discovery, but with disbelief. For centuries, experts dismissed the possibility that such a structure could exist outside the well-known historical records. Traditional history tells us that ancient civilizations built their monuments slowly, laboriously, with rudimentary tools and limited knowledge of mathematics or astronomy. Yet, as photographs, satellite imagery, and recent surveys began to emerge, a pattern formed that contradicted everything we thought we knew. Here was a pyramid that could not have been constructed by known methods, aligned with astonishing precision to the stars, and composed of materials that defied the capabilities attributed to its era. It was as if someone, long before the recognized annals of history, had achieved the impossible, leaving behind a silent testament to a forgotten age of mastery. From the moment explorers and scientists first set eyes on the structure, questions multiplied. How could a society, ostensibly primitive in its tools and techniques, carve massive blocks with such perfection? How could they transport and place stones of extraordinary weight over uneven terrain without cranes, pulleys, or modern machinery? Even more perplexing, how did they calculate alignments so precise that modern instruments still marvel at their accuracy? These are not minor anomalies. They are fundamental contradictions to what mainstream archaeology has taught for centuries. The pyramid's dimensions, angles, and proportions appear to operate under a mathematical understanding that would not emerge in human culture for thousands of years. Scholars refer to it as an architectural enigma, a paradox standing stubbornly against conventional wisdom. Yet, the mystery deepens further when we consider its location. Hidden within a landscape that seems inhospitable, the pyramid has remained largely undisturbed for centuries. It is isolated, almost deliberately concealed by natural formations that shield it from easy observation. This isolation is peculiar because other monumental structures are often situated near rivers, fertile valleys, or centers of human activity. Strategic locations that facilitated construction and trade. Here, however, it rises in a desolate terrain, where resources are scarce and survival itself would have been a challenge. The very choice of location raises questions about intent. Was the pyramid meant to be hidden, or is its placement simply a coincidence of geological happenstance? Scholars have debated this endlessly, yet no definitive explanation has emerged. Beyond its sheer scale and inaccessible placement, there is an aura of secrecy that seems almost tangible. Local legends whisper the pyramid's creation, describing it as a monument to beings or knowledge far beyond ordinary humans. Folklore speaks of builders who possess wisdom from the stars, whose hands move with precision and understanding that ordinary mortals could not comprehend. Though these stories are often dismissed by mainstream historians as fanciful myth, the convergence of legend and observable evidence is too striking to ignore. It is this tension, the intersection of hard science and speculative lore, that makes the pyramid so compelling. It sits at the crossroads of imagination and empirical investigation, inviting both awe and skepticism in equal measure. Scientific teams approaching the pyramid have encountered further enigmas that defy explanation. Radiocarbon dating produces conflicting results, sometimes suggesting a timeline much older than expected, other times appearing to align with known civilizations. The materials themselves are baffling. Some stones exhibit a density and hardness that should have been unachievable with the tools attributed to ancient workers. Other stones bear marks of precision cutting that resemble modern techniques, yet there is no evidence that such technology existed at the time. Geologists, archaeologists, and engineers alike have spent years analyzing samples, yet answers remain elusive. Each discovery only deepens the puzzle, forcing experts to question long-held assumptions about human history and technological development. The pyramid's architecture is equally confounding. Unlike typical pyramids, which taper predictably toward a single apex, this structure contains subtle deviations, hidden chambers, and internal passages that suggest a purpose beyond the ceremonial or funerary. Some passages appear aligned with celestial bodies, as if the builders were encoding astronomical knowledge into the very stone. Others are angled in ways that confound gravity-based theories of construction. Modern engineers attempting to replicate even a fraction of its precision have failed, highlighting the extraordinary skill required. The result is a monument that is as much a puzzle as it is a masterpiece, a silent question etched in stone that challenges our understanding of what ancient humans were capable of achieving. As we stand today, armed with advanced technology, satellite imagery, and sophisticated archaeological methods, the pyramid continues to resist complete understanding. Each layer of investigation peels back a new question, revealing hidden complexities that were previously unimaginable. Scholars have begun to entertain ideas once considered heretical, that knowledge of mathematics, engineering, and astronomy may have existed far earlier than documented, or that civilizations we have dismissed as primitive possess capabilities beyond recognition. Even the most skeptical experts find themselves compelled to admit that something extraordinary is at work here. The pyramid does not merely exist as a relic of the past. It actively challenges a narrative of human progress, forcing us to reconsider the linear story of civilization. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of this discovery is the implication for our collective history. If a pyramid of this sophistication could exist unnoticed or unacknowledged for centuries, what else might we have missed? What hidden achievements lie buried in deserts, jungles, and underwater landscapes across the globe, waiting to disrupt our understanding of the past? The pyramid serves as a reminder that history is not static. It is an ongoing dialogue between evidence.
For centuries, the pyramid remained hidden from the eyes of the world, its existence whispered only in fragments of legend and the vague accounts of travelers who never dared to venture deep enough into the unforgiving terrain. Its concealment was almost perfect, nestled within jagged cliffs and shadowed valleys that obscured it from conventional observation. Even with modern technology, the initial discovery felt accidental, as though fate itself had guided researchers to the site. Satellite imagery first captured the attention of scientists when an unusual geometric anomaly appeared in high-resolution photographs of the remote region. At first, it was dismissed as a natural formation, a trick of shadows cast by the sun over centuries of erosion. Yet as the images were scrutinized, a pattern emerged: lines, angles, and proportions far too precise to be the product of nature alone. The moment the scientific community began to acknowledge the anomaly, skepticism gave way to fascination. Experts in archaeology, geology, and architecture convened to analyze the data, each struggling to reconcile the pyramid with established knowledge of ancient civilizations. How could a structure of such scale exist in a location so inhospitable, with no historical records, no inscriptions, and no previous archaeological markers hinting at its presence? It was an enigma that defied conventional reasoning, forcing experts to consider possibilities they had long ignored. This was not merely a forgotten monument. It was a revelation that threatened to upend centuries of understanding about human ingenuity, migration, and construction techniques. The process of discovery was gradual and painstaking. Initial satellite scans provided an outline, but the pyramid's full complexity remained hidden beneath layers of sand and sediment accumulated over thousands of years. Ground expeditions revealed walls and terraces that seemed impossibly precise, with angles that aligned almost perfectly with cardinal directions. Each measurement only deepened the mystery, showing a level of sophistication that far exceeded what had been attributed to neighboring civilizations of the same era. Geologists were confounded by the uniformity of the stones, which appeared to have been cut and transported with methods unknown even in modern times. For some, it became increasingly clear that this pyramid was not merely a relic. It was a challenge, a puzzle deliberately crafted to question assumptions about the past. Local inhabitants, long aware of the site but never fully understanding its significance, spoke of it in hushed tones. To them, it was a shadow of the past, a structure imbued with an almost spiritual presence. They described the pyramid as a place where the land itself seemed alive, where echoes of a distant past whispered through hidden corridors. These accounts, initially dismissed as folklore, gained credibility as more precise surveys revealed features corresponding to the stories. Narrow tunnels, chambers, and terraces aligned exactly with descriptions passed down through generations, suggesting that oral traditions preserve fragments of knowledge that mainstream archaeology had overlooked. It was a stark reminder that history often exists in layers, some written in stone, some whispered through the passage of time. The discovery also challenged assumptions about the capabilities of early civilizations. Traditional narratives suggested that monumental construction required centralized planning, abundant resources, and organized labor in regions with fertile land and strategic advantages. This pyramid, by contrast, sat in a desolate area with minimal natural resources and harsh conditions, where sustaining a large workforce would have been nearly impossible. The builder's ability to erect such a complex and enduring structure under these circumstances implied a level of coordination, knowledge, and technical skill far beyond what was previously believed. It was as if history had hidden a forgotten chapter, waiting for modern explorers to uncover it with the tools of the 21st century. As the site was meticulously surveyed, new layers of the pyramid emerged from beneath the sands. Ground-penetrating radar revealed subterranean chambers and passageways, long concealed by time and earth. These discoveries hinted at purposes beyond ceremonial or funerary functions, suggesting the builders may have possessed knowledge of geometry, astronomy, or energy principles that modern science is only beginning to explore. The deeper researchers delved, the more they realized that the pyramid was not merely a physical structure. It was a repository of forgotten wisdom, a deliberate construction designed to encode knowledge in its very stones. Every corridor and chamber seemed intentional, a calculated reflection of a mind far more advanced than the historical period traditionally assigned to such monuments. Technological advances accelerated the pace of discovery. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras mapped the surface, revealing subtle patterns invisible from ground level. LiDAR scans cut through centuries of sand and debris,
exposing terraces, niches, and hidden alcoves with astonishing clarity. Each image seemed to confirm that this pyramid was not the product of chance or rudimentary craftsmanship. Instead, it bore the unmistakable imprint of deliberate planning, mathematical precision, and a vision that challenged every assumption about the limitations of ancient builders. Scientists, who had once approached the site with skepticism, found themselves reluctantly admitting that conventional explanations fell short. The implications of the discovery rippled through the academic world. Papers and reports began to circulate, each exploring a different facet of the pyramid's existence. Anomalies in its construction, inconsistencies in material composition, and alignments with celestial phenomena that should have been impossible to calculate without advanced astronomical knowledge. Conferences were held, debates erupted, and theories both conventional and controversial were proposed. Some scholars suggested the possibility of lost civilizations, whose technological capabilities had been erased from historical memory. Others cautiously entertained the idea that the pyramid might represent knowledge obtained through means now forgotten, preserved in stone for reasons we cannot yet comprehend. In every discussion, the central truth remained inescapable. The pyramid was real, and it did not fit neatly into our understanding of human history. Media attention soon followed, transforming the pyramid from a scientific curiosity into a global phenomenon. Documentaries, articles, and online forums brought its mysteries to a wide audience, captivating imaginations and inspiring both awe and skepticism. Popular culture latched onto the enigma, depicting the pyramid as a gateway to lost knowledge, a relic of advanced ancient technology, or even a monument constructed by unknown civilizations. Yet for all the speculation, the core fact remained. The pyramid exists, it is anomalous, and it challenges conventional timelines and accepted explanations. Its discovery underscores a broader lesson about the limitations of human perception, reminding us that our understanding of the past is always provisional, always subject to revision in the face of new evidence. What makes this pyramid particularly extraordinary is that its discovery was not heralded by monumental excavation or dramatic revelation. It emerged quietly through careful observation, methodical analysis, and the patient accumulation of evidence. Unlike other archaeological breakthroughs, which often rely on chance finds or spectacular unearthings, this pyramid revealed itself through a subtle interplay of science, technology, and meticulous study. It was almost as if it had waited for humanity to reach a level of understanding capable of recognizing its true significance. Each layer peeled back from the sands tells a story of deliberate concealment and enduring mystery, compelling us to question how much of human history has been overlooked, misunderstood, or deliberately erased. As the pyramid comes into sharper focus, one cannot help but feel the weight of its implications. Its presence suggests that human civilization is far more complex and enigmatic than textbooks suggest. The careful alignment, the engineering prowess, the hidden chambers, and the choice of location all point to knowledge and capability that challenge our assumptions about antiquity. What was once invisible, ignored, or dismissed has now emerged as a forceful reminder that the past is alive with mysteries, waiting to be explored, analyzed, and understood. The pyramid's discovery is not merely an archaeological event. It is an invitation to re-examine the story of humanity itself, a call to explore the edges of knowledge where science, history, and imagination converge. The story of its discovery is a testament to human curiosity and perseverance. It shows that even in a world saturated with information, hidden wonders can still be revealed, waiting for those willing to look beyond the surface. The pyramid stands as both a monument and a challenge, daring us to question our assumptions, expand our perspectives, and embrace the possibility that history holds secrets far stranger than we could have imagined. Its emergence into modern consciousness is the first step in a journey that promises to transform our understanding of the past, illuminating a chapter of human history that was all but invisible until now.
For centuries, the pyramid remained hidden from the eyes of the world, its existence whispered only in fragments of legend and the vague accounts of travelers who never dared to venture deep enough into the unforgiving terrain. Its concealment was almost perfect, nestled within jagged cliffs and shadowed valleys that obscured it from conventional observation. Even with modern technology, the initial discovery felt accidental, as though fate itself had guided researchers to the site. Satellite imagery first captured the attention of scientists when an unusual geometric anomaly appeared in high-resolution photographs of the remote region. At first, it was dismissed as a natural formation, a trick of shadows cast by the sun over centuries of erosion. Yet as the images were scrutinized, a pattern emerged. Lines, angles, and proportions far too precise to be the product of nature alone. The moment the scientific community began to acknowledge the anomaly, skepticism gave way to fascination. Experts in archaeology, geology, and architecture convened to analyze the data, each struggling to reconcile the pyramid with established knowledge of ancient civilizations. How could a structure of such scale exist in a location so inhospitable, with no historical records, no inscriptions, and no previous archaeological markers hinting at its presence? It was an enigma that defied conventional reasoning, forcing experts to consider possibilities they had long ignored. This was not merely a forgotten monument. It was a revelation that threatened to upend centuries of understanding about human ingenuity, migration, and construction techniques. The process of discovery was gradual and painstaking. Initial satellite scans provided an outline, but the pyramid's full complexity remained hidden beneath layers of sand and sediment accumulated over thousands of years. Ground expeditions revealed walls and terraces that seemed impossibly precise, with angles that aligned almost perfectly with cardinal directions. Each measurement only deepened the mystery, showing a level of sophistication that far exceeded what had been attributed to neighboring civilizations of the same era. Geologists were confounded by the uniformity of the stones, which appeared to have been cut and transported with methods unknown even in modern times. For some, it became increasingly clear that this pyramid was not merely a relic. It was a challenge, a puzzle deliberately crafted to question assumptions about the past. Local inhabitants, long aware of the site but never fully understanding its significance, spoke of it in hushed tones. To them, it was a shadow of the past, a structure imbued with an almost spiritual presence. They described the pyramid as a place where the land itself seemed alive, where echoes of the distant past whispered through hidden corridors. These accounts, initially dismissed as folklore, gained credibility as more precise surveys revealed features corresponding to the stories. Narrow tunnels, chambers, and terraces aligned exactly with descriptions passed down through generations, suggesting that oral traditions preserve fragments of knowledge that mainstream archaeology had overlooked. It was a stark reminder that history often exists in layers, some written in stone, some whispered through the passage of time. The discovery also challenged assumptions about the capabilities of early civilizations. Traditional narratives suggested that monumental construction required centralized planning, abundant resources, and organized labor in regions with fertile land and strategic advantages. This pyramid, by contrast, sat in a desolate area with minimal natural resources and harsh conditions, where sustaining a large workforce would have been nearly impossible. The builder's ability to erect such a complex and enduring structure under these circumstances implied a level of coordination, knowledge, and technical skill far beyond what was previously believed. It was as if history had hidden a forgotten chapter, waiting for modern explorers to uncover it with the tools of the 21st century. As the site was meticulously surveyed, new layers of the pyramid emerged from beneath the sands. Ground-penetrating radar revealed subterranean chambers and passageways, long concealed by time and earth. These discoveries hinted at purposes beyond ceremonial or funerary functions, suggesting the builders may have possessed knowledge of geometry, astronomy, or energy principles that modern science is only beginning to explore. The deeper researchers delved, the more they realized that the pyramid was not merely a physical structure. It was a repository of forgotten wisdom, a deliberate construction designed to encode knowledge in its very stones. Every corridor and chamber seemed intentional, a calculated reflection of a mind far more advanced than the historical period traditionally assigned to such monuments. Technological advances accelerated the pace of discovery. Drones equipped with high-resolution cameras mapped the surface, revealing subtle patterns invisible from ground level. LiDAR scans cut through centuries of sand and debris, exposing terraces, niches, and hidden alcoves with astonishing clarity. Each image seemed to confirm that this pyramid was not the product of chance or rudimentary craftsmanship. Instead, it bore the unmistakable imprint of deliberate planning, mathematical precision, and a vision that challenged every assumption about the limitations of ancient builders. Scientists, who had once approached the site with skepticism, found themselves reluctantly admitting that conventional explanations fell short. The implications of the discovery rippled through the academic world. Papers and reports began to circulate, each exploring a different facet of the pyramid's existence. Anomalies in its construction, inconsistencies in material composition, and alignments with celestial phenomena that should have been impossible to calculate without advanced astronomical knowledge. Conferences were held, debates erupted, and theories both conventional and controversial were proposed. Some scholars suggested the possibility of lost civilizations, whose technological capabilities had been erased from historical memory. Others cautiously entertained the idea that the pyramid might represent knowledge obtained through means now forgotten, preserved in stone for reasons we cannot yet comprehend. In every discussion, the central truth remained inescapable. The pyramid was real, and it did not fit neatly into our understanding of human history. Media attention soon followed, transforming the pyramid from a scientific curiosity into a global phenomenon. Documentaries, articles, and online forums brought its mysteries to a wide audience, captivating imaginations and inspiring both awe and skepticism. Popular culture latched onto the enigma, depicting the pyramid as a gateway to lost knowledge, a relic of advanced ancient technology, or even a monument constructed by unknown civilizations. Yet for all the speculation, the core facts remained. The pyramid exists, it is anomalous, and it challenges conventional timelines and accepted explanations. Its discovery underscores a broader lesson about the limitations of human perception, reminding us that our understanding of the past is always provisional, always subject to revision in the face of new evidence. What makes this pyramid particularly extraordinary is that its discovery was not heralded by monumental excavation or dramatic revelation. It emerged quietly, through careful observation, methodical analysis, and the patient accumulation of evidence. Unlike other archaeological breakthroughs, which often rely on chance finds or spectacular unearthings, this pyramid revealed itself through a subtle interplay of science, technology, and meticulous study. It was almost as if it had waited for humanity to reach a level of understanding capable of recognizing its true significance. Each layer peeled back from the sands tells a story of deliberate concealment and enduring mystery, compelling us to question how much of human history has been overlooked, misunderstood, or deliberately erased. As the pyramid comes in a sharper focus, one cannot help but feel the weight of its implications. Its presence suggests that human civilization is far more complex and enigmatic than textbooks suggest. The careful alignment, the engineering prowess, the hidden chambers, and the choice of location all point to knowledge and capability that challenge our assumptions about antiquity. What was once invisible, ignored, or dismissed has now emerged as a forceful reminder that the past is alive with mysteries, waiting to be explored, analyzed, and understood. The pyramid's discovery is not merely an archaeological event. It is an invitation to re-examine the story of humanity itself, a call to explore the edges of knowledge where science, history, and imagination converge. The story of its discovery is a testament to human curiosity and perseverance. It shows that even in a world saturated with information, hidden wonders can still be revealed, waiting for those willing to look beyond the surface. The pyramid stands as both a monument and a challenge, daring us to question our assumptions, expand our perspectives, and embrace the possibility that history holds secrets far stranger than we could have imagined. Its emergence into modern consciousness is the first step in a journey that promises to transform our understanding of the past, illuminating a chapter of human history that was all but invisible until now. The pyramid sits in a location that seems almost intentionally concealed, as though nature itself conspired to hide it from human eyes for centuries. Nestled amid jagged mountains and rocky escarpments, it occupies a landscape that is both breathtaking and forbidding. Sparse vegetation clings to crevices, and shifting sands sweep across the barren plains, erasing any trace of human passage over time. From a distance, the pyramid could be mistaken for a natural formation, its sharp angles blending subtly with surrounding cliffs. Yet as explorers move closer, it becomes impossible to ignore the precision of its design, the deliberate placement of stones, and the geometrical exactness that sets it apart from anything the terrain might naturally produce. It is a contradiction, perfectly artificial, yet perfectly integrated into the wilderness. The remoteness of the site raises immediate questions about accessibility and logistics. Modern researchers must traverse miles of rugged terrain to reach it, navigating narrow paths and steep inclines that would have made ancient construction extraordinarily difficult. There are no nearby rivers, no fertile valleys, no apparent settlements that could have supplied labor, food, or tools. Traditional explanations for pyramid construction often rely on the presence of such resources. Yet here, they are conspicuously absent. How a civilization, if indeed humans built it, managed to transport massive stones across such unforgiving geography is a question that continues to puzzle experts. The location seems almost intentionally chosen to challenge understanding, as though the builders were leaving a puzzle not just in the pyramid itself, but in the very landscape that surrounds it. Geologists studying the area have noted its unique composition. The soil and rock formations indicate a history of geological upheaval, including shifts in tectonic plates, erosion from ancient rivers, and extreme temperature variations over millennia. These environmental factors make the pyramid's preservation all the more remarkable, suggesting a knowledge of construction and materials capable of withstanding centuries of natural wear. Unlike other ancient structures that show significant degradation over time, this pyramid remains astonishingly intact. Its alignment with natural features, including ridgelines and valley contours, indicates that the builders were not merely imposing a structure on the landscape. They were working with it, using its natural geometry to enhance their creation. This level of environmental awareness is striking, especially when compared to other pyramids whose locations often prioritize ceremonial or political significance over practical integration with nature. The climate of the region further compounds the mystery. Harsh winds, extreme temperature fluctuations, and seasonal sandstorms make construction and maintenance exceptionally difficult. Yet the pyramid shows no evidence of structural compromise that one would expect after thousands of years of exposure. This resilience has led some researchers to hypothesize that the builders possessed knowledge of materials or techniques that surpassed what is documented in contemporary civilizations. Stones are positioned with such precision that even minor settling or shifting would have disrupted the alignment of the entire structure, yet it stands unyielding. Each feature, from its terraces to its apex, appears calculated not only for aesthetics or function, but for durability against a landscape that seems determined to reclaim it. Mapping the pyramid in relation to surrounding geography reveals even more anomalies. Modern satellite imagery shows that its orientation aligns with distant mountain peaks, riverbeds, and natural markers in ways that suggest deliberate planning over vast distances. Unlike typical monuments, whose alignment often serves symbolic or ceremonial purposes, this pyramid seems engineered to correspond with both the horizon and celestial bodies. It is as if the builders were aware of both terrestrial and cosmic dimensions, integrating them seamlessly into the design. Such knowledge is extraordinary, particularly given the presumed technological limitations of the era in which it was constructed. Scholars struggle to reconcile these alignments with known surveying methods, which makes a location not just physically remote, but intellectually challenging as well. Access points and natural barriers surrounding the pyramid also suggest intentional isolation. Steep cliffs, hidden ravines, and shifting sand dunes create obstacles that would have deterred all but the most determined visitors. For explorers arriving today, the terrain demands careful planning, specialized equipment, and local guidance. For ancient builders, it implies even greater challenges, transporting massive stones, carving terraces, and erecting the pyramid in a landscape designed to resist human intervention. The difficulty of the site amplifies the enigma, suggesting that whoever commissioned its construction had motivations beyond mere practicality. Perhaps its location was chosen for protection, secrecy, or as a deliberate test of ingenuity and determination. Whatever the reason, the site itself becomes part of the narrative, a character in the story of human achievement and mystery. Archaeologists have also observed that the pyramid's integration with the landscape creates subtle visual effects, depending on the angle of sunlight and the season. At dawn, shadows cast by the surrounding ridges seem to interact with the pyramid in ways that enhance its geometric appearance, creating optical illusions that emphasize its precision. From specific vantage points, it appears to rise directly from the earth, as though growing from the ground itself rather than being constructed. These effects suggest a sophisticated understanding of light, shadow, and perception, hinting that the builders considered not only the structural, but also the visual impact of their work. Such considerations indicate an advanced aesthetic sensibility intertwined with technical skill, a combination rarely attributed to civilizations of this period. The surrounding terrain also holds hidden clues that continue to puzzle researchers. Small terraces, carved platforms, and subtle alignments in nearby rock formations suggest that the pyramid was part of a larger, integrated plan that extended beyond its immediate footprint. These features are often overlooked in preliminary surveys, but when studied in detail, they hint at a broader landscape design with unknown purposes. Some speculate that these elements may have served as observational points, ritual sites, or even markers for astronomical calculations. In any case, the topography itself appears to be an integral part of the pyramid's story, reinforcing the idea that location and geography were central to its conception and function. In the end, the pyramid's location is not merely a backdrop. It is a fundamental part of the mystery. Its isolation, the harsh environment, and the intricate integration with natural features all challenge assumptions about human capability, resource management, and knowledge. By placing the pyramid in such a demanding and complex landscape, the builders ensured that the structure would not only endure physically, but also provoke questions about ingenuity, planning, and foresight for generations to come. The geography itself becomes a silent testament to the sophistication of its creators, a reminder that sometimes the environment and human ambition converge to produce wonders that defy explanation. The site stands as an invitation to explore the unknown, a challenge for both the physical senses and the intellect. Every ridge, valley, and dune surrounding the pyramid serves as a reminder of the difficulties overcome and the mysteries that remain. To understand the pyramid fully, one must not only study its stones, but also the landscape that cradles it, recognizing that its location is as deliberate, enigmatic, and essential as the structure itself. It is a puzzle woven into the earth, a monument both of human achievement and of nature's enduring presence, waiting for those willing to uncover its secrets. From the moment researchers began examining the pyramid up close, its architecture immediately stood out as extraordinary. Unlike conventional pyramids, whose design principles follow predictable geometric patterns, this structure seems to defy the rules themselves. Every angle, every line, and every joint appears meticulously calculated, as if the builders possessed a knowledge of mathematics and engineering far beyond what is credited to civilizations of that era. Walls meet with near-perfect precision, corners align flawlessly with cardinal directions, and terraces rise with a symmetry that leaves modern architects astonished. Even slight deviations that would occur naturally over centuries appear absent, suggesting not only remarkable skill, but also an understanding of long-term structural stability that seems almost impossible for the time. The precision of the pyramid's dimensions is staggering. Measurements indicate that the slope angles and base lengths adhere to mathematical constants that are difficult to replicate even with modern tools. Stones weighing several tons fit together so tightly that not even a blade can be inserted between them. Such craftsmanship is reminiscent of techniques attributed to far more technologically advanced societies, raising questions about how such accuracy was achieved. Mainstream archaeology struggles to explain these features with known methods, as no evidence exists for tools capable of cutting, shaping, and placing these stones with such exactness. The architectural anomalies, therefore, suggest either an extraordinary level of ingenuity or knowledge that has since been lost to history. But the mysteries extend beyond stonework. The pyramid's internal design includes hidden chambers, intricate passageways, and voids that are difficult to detect without modern scanning technology. Some corridors appear to serve no apparent purpose, while others align perfectly with points of astronomical significance, suggesting a deeper symbolic or functional intention. Traditional pyramids often have a single central chamber, yet here multiple interlocking spaces challenge the assumption that the structure was intended solely as a tomb or ceremonial site. The complexity of the internal architecture implies a sophisticated understanding of engineering principles, such as weight distribution, load-bearing walls, and spatial organization. Each element seems carefully planned to achieve both functionality and aesthetic harmony, demonstrating a level of foresight that is truly remarkable. The pyramid also incorporates features that interact with natural light in surprising ways. As the sun rises and sets, beams of light penetrate narrow shafts, illuminating chambers or specific surfaces with dramatic effect. Shadows cast within passageways create patterns that appear deliberate, highlighting carvings or structural features that might otherwise remain unnoticed. Such precision suggests that the builders understood not only the physics of construction, but also the interplay between light and form. This understanding adds an almost theatrical dimension to the architecture, as though the pyramid was designed to communicate with those who entered, guiding them through a choreographed experience of shadow, illumination, and geometry. It is an interplay of science, art, and perhaps even ritual, a combination rarely seen in structures of this antiquity. Another remarkable feature is the material integration. Stones of varying density and composition are combined seamlessly, creating a structure that balances weight and stability across massive spans. In certain areas, softer stones are strategically placed to absorb stress, while denser blocks reinforce critical load points. This type of material engineering is sophisticated even by modern standards, implying a level of experimentation and knowledge that contradicts assumptions about the capabilities of early builders. The fact that such precision was achieved without machinery, written architectural plans, or advanced measurement tools remains one of the most perplexing aspects of the pyramid. Each choice of material, angle, and joint seems intentional, a silent code waiting to be deciphered. The pyramid's external design amplifies its enigma. Unlike traditional pyramids with smooth, uniform slopes, this structure features subtle irregularities, terraces, and protrusions that suggest purposeful deviation rather than error. These variations may have served structural, astronomical, or symbolic purposes, yet their exact significance remains unknown. Scholars note that minor inconsistencies in slope angles correspond to celestial alignments, hinting at a deliberate connection between architecture and the cosmos. This blending of geometry, astronomy, and structural engineering is unlike anything seen in other contemporary monuments, reinforcing the notion that the pyramid embodies knowledge beyond what history credits to its supposed builders. Even more extraordinary are the interlocking joints and the precision of stone placement. Blocks fit together with such exactness that erosion and time have failed to create significant gaps. Traditional explanations, such as simple trial-and-error construction or massive labor forces, fail to account for this level of refinement. Engineers today marvel at the possibility of achieving such results without advanced machinery, lasers, or modern surveying tools. The pyramid challenges assumptions about human capability, suggesting that the builders had access to techniques or knowledge that have been lost over millennia. Every stone tells a story of skill, intention, and perhaps knowledge that predates recorded history. What makes the architecture truly compelling is its harmonious integration with both the landscape and celestial phenomena. The pyramid's orientation aligns precisely with cardinal points, specific mountain peaks, and even distant geological features, implying a sophisticated surveying method. Internal passageways correspond with solstices, equinoxes, and notable stellar alignments, suggesting the structure was designed to function as a bridge between the terrestrial and the cosmic. The builders were not merely creating a monument. They were constructing a message, a system, or a mechanism that communicated with forces far larger than the immediate environment. This duality of form and purpose, grounded in physical reality, yet pointing to something greater, is a hallmark of the pyramid's anomalous architecture. In the end, the architecture of this pyramid defies simple classification. It is neither purely ceremonial, nor solely functional, nor merely symbolic. It is all three simultaneously, with layers of meaning embedded in every angle, stone, and chamber. The precision, ingenuity, and foresight evident in its construction raise profound questions about the capabilities of ancient civilizations and the knowledge that may have existed long before we recorded history. To study this architecture is to confront the limits of our understanding, to marvel at human achievement, and to confront the unsettling possibility that we have underestimated the sophistication of those who came before us. As news of the pyramids spread within the scientific community, mainstream archaeologists were quick to offer explanations grounded in traditional frameworks. Their initial approach relied on established assumptions about ancient societies, that monumental structures were products of large, organized labor forces using simple tools, incremental planning, and rudimentary engineering knowledge. According to conventional scholarship, pyramids were primarily tombs or ceremonial monuments, reflecting the socio-political hierarchy and religious beliefs of the civilization that built them. This framework has been effective for understanding most ancient monuments, including the iconic pyramids of Giza, yet it struggled to accommodate the anomalies of this new discovery. Every aspect of the structure, the precision of the stonework, the alignment with celestial bodies, the remote location, and the hidden chambers, pose questions that could not be easily reconciled with established theories. One of the first mainstream hypotheses suggested that the pyramid could have been built by a large workforce over centuries, relying solely on brute force, manual labor, and rudimentary tools. Proponents argued that, given sufficient manpower and time, even the heaviest stones could have been quarried, transported, and placed without advanced technology. While this explanation accounts for scale, it falls short when considering the architectural precision observed in the pyramid. Corners meet with almost mathematical exactness, internal chambers align with astronomical events, and stones are interlocked with a finesse that defies trial-and-error construction. Even modern engineers experimenting with similar techniques struggle to achieve such results without sophisticated machinery. This theory, while plausible in part, leaves too many questions unanswered and cannot fully account for the anomalies that make the pyramids so remarkable. Other archaeologists propose that the builders used clever adaptations of simple tools, levers, ramps, and sledges, to manipulate and position massive stones. This approach draws heavily from studies of Egyptian construction methods, where similar techniques have been documented for smaller pyramids and temples. Ramps carved from local materials and lubricated with mud or water could, theoretically, allow laborers to slide blocks into place. Yet the scale and precision of this pyramid challenge even these explanations. Many stones are perfectly aligned despite uneven terrain, some weighing tens of tons, with placement that leaves no room for error. The logistical complexity required to execute such feats with primitive tools strains credulity and raises the question of whether additional knowledge or methods, now lost to history, were employed. Mainstream archaeologists concede that while these methods might have contributed, they cannot fully account for the pyramid's extraordinary features. Chronology also presents a dilemma for conventional theories. Radiocarbon dating and stratigraphic analysis suggest that the pyramid predates or coincides with civilizations that, according to current understanding, lacked the infrastructure, organization, or knowledge to construct such a monument. Mainstream archaeology struggles to explain how a society at that stage of development could achieve such technical mastery. One proposed solution is the notion of gradual evolution, that earlier civilizations possessed skills that were subsequently forgotten or lost, leaving few traces in historical records. While this idea is considered speculative, it highlights the tension between accepted history and the evidence presented by the pyramid. If true, it suggests that our understanding of human advancement may be incomplete, forcing scholars to acknowledge gaps in the archaeological record. Some experts have suggested that the anomalies observed in the pyramid are exaggerations, the result of misinterpretation or measurement error. Initial reports relied on satellite imagery and preliminary scans, which, while impressive, may not fully capture the complexities of the structure. Skeptics argue that further excavation and analysis could reveal that the construction techniques are more conventional than they appear, with perceived precision and alignment falling within tolerances achievable by ancient builders. While caution is warranted, repeated surveys, high-resolution scans, and independent analyses continue to confirm the pyramid's exceptional characteristics. Each new measurement reinforces the notion that this monument defies conventional explanations, suggesting that mainstream theories may need to adapt or expand to accommodate the evidence. Another line of inquiry within mainstream archaeology explores cultural exchange as a possible explanation. Some theorists posit that the pyramid represents knowledge transferred from one civilization to another, implying that distant cultures may have shared techniques, designs, or expertise. Trade routes, migration patterns, and interactions between societies could, in theory, explain how advanced construction methods appeared in seemingly isolated regions. However, this hypothesis also encounters challenges. There is little direct evidence of such connections at the time of construction, and the pyramid's location is far removed from known centers of trade or political influence. Moreover, the sophistication of the architecture surpasses what would likely result from simple cultural diffusion, suggesting that the knowledge embedded in the pyramid may have originated locally, rather than being imported from another civilization. Mainstream archaeologists are also divided on the pyramid's purpose. Some maintain that it fits within the broader context of ceremonial or funerary architecture, albeit on a scale and in a location that are unusual. Others propose functional explanations, such as astronomical observatories or storage facilities, but these remain speculative due to limited evidence. The presence of hidden chambers, unknown passages, and peculiar alignments complicates efforts to categorize the structure, forcing archaeologists to confront the limits of traditional interpretive models. What is clear, however, is that conventional theories, while providing context, cannot fully resolve the questions raised by the pyramid's extraordinary features. Despite these challenges, mainstream archaeology continues to serve as a foundation for understanding the pyramid. By providing a framework for measurement, comparison, and historical context, it allows researchers to systematically examine anomalies and propose hypotheses that can be tested. At the same time, the pyramid's existence underscores the tension between conventional knowledge and evidence that contradicts expectations. It is a reminder that science and history are not static, but dynamic fields that evolve in response to new discoveries. The structure forces archaeologists to reconsider assumptions, explore unconventional possibilities, and confront the uncomfortable reality that human history may be far more complex and enigmatic than previously imagined. Ultimately, the mainstream theories reveal as much about the pyramid as the structure itself. They highlight the limits of accepted knowledge, the challenges of interpreting evidence that defies conventional understanding, and the tension between skepticism and curiosity. One of the most perplexing aspects of the pyramid lies not in its size or design, but in the very stones from which it was built. Scientists examining the structure have discovered materials that, by all conventional accounts, should not exist in the context of an ancient construction project. Some stones are composed of a density far exceeding that of typical limestone or sandstone used in neighboring pyramids. Others exhibit a hardness that would make them nearly impossible to cut using the copper or bronze tools believed to be available at the time. These materials challenge assumptions about what early civilizations could manipulate, prompting questions about lost techniques, unknown technologies, or even external influences on the builders. Microscopic analysis of the stones reveals a level of refinement that seems almost impossible without advanced knowledge of mineral composition and stress distribution. Certain blocks appear to have been treated or hardened in ways that modern engineers struggle to replicate. Surfaces are polished to a degree that suggests both precision and purpose, with joints that fit together so seamlessly that light cannot penetrate the seams. It is as if the builders possessed an understanding of materials science long before such knowledge entered written records. Traditional explanations, manual shaping, repeated hammering, or primitive abrasion, fail to account for the uniformity and resilience observed throughout the structure. Equally confounding is the sheer weight of some stones. While smaller blocks can be explained by brute force and ramps, massive stones weighing tens of tons were moved and positioned with exact precision. Archaeologists have yet to uncover any evidence of the tools, devices, or techniques that could have enabled such feats. Modern engineering teams attempting to replicate these methods often fail, even with cranes and modern machinery. The question arises, how could a civilization without known heavy-lifting technology achieve this level of accomplishment? The materials themselves hint at capabilities that go beyond conventional knowledge, suggesting the possibility of forgotten methods or perhaps an entirely unknown approach to construction. Further analysis indicates that some of the stones contain mineral compositions that do not naturally occur in the surrounding region. This raises the possibility that they were quarried from distant locations, transported over difficult terrain, and then carefully integrated into the pyramid. If so, the logistical complexity is staggering. The builders would have needed to understand not only the physical properties of the stones, but also how to move and place them with incredible precision. The materials are not random. They're selected, shaped, and aligned in ways that suggest deliberate engineering choices rather than mere availability. This level of sophistication challenges mainstream timelines and implies a degree of technological advancement that borders on the inexplicable. In addition to their physical properties, some stones contain anomalies at a molecular level. Traces of materials that modern science associates with industrial processes appear embedded in blocks thought to be thousands of years old. Whether these are naturally occurring formations or evidence of advanced manipulation remains a topic of heated debate among geologists and archaeologists. The presence of these materials raises profound questions about what ancient builders knew, how they acquired that knowledge, and whether techniques or methods existed that have since been lost. Conventional archaeology offers no satisfactory explanation, leaving the pyramid as a silent testimony to possibilities that defy accepted historical narratives. The interaction between materials and structural design further amplifies the mystery. Stones of differing densities and hardness are integrated in such a way that the pyramid maintains stability across its massive scale. Softer stones absorb stress, while harder stones provide reinforcement, creating a dynamic balance that ensures the structure withstands both time and natural forces. This deliberate orchestration of material properties demonstrates a level of engineering foresight that suggests more than practical knowledge. It hints at an understanding of principles that modern material science only partially explains. The builder's mastery over stone is as remarkable as the architectural vision itself, underscoring the sophistication embedded in every facet of the pyramid. Another curious feature is the way the materials interact with environmental factors. Certain stones appear to resist erosion, weathering, and temperature fluctuations in a manner inconsistent with local geological processes. Even after centuries of exposure to harsh winds, extreme temperatures, and seasonal sandstorms, the surface remains remarkably intact. This resilience implies either exceptional selection of materials or the use of techniques to enhance their durability. Whatever the method, it reflects a level of precision and planning that is almost inconceivable for a civilization operating without modern knowledge of chemistry, geology, or construction science. The pyramid's survival becomes not just a testament to human ambition, but also a challenge to conventional scientific understanding. The anomalies in material composition extend to hidden chambers and passageways as well. Walls within these spaces reveal blocks that differ from the external structure, some lighter, some denser, some with unique chemical traces. These choices appear intentional, suggesting that the interior was engineered to fulfill purposes beyond mere construction stability. Whether for acoustics, insulation, or other unknown functions, the materials are integrated with a sophistication that transforms the pyramid from a static monument into a functional, multidimensional system. Every stone, from the largest external block to the smallest internal fragment, contributes to a carefully orchestrated design that continues to confound experts. Ultimately, the pyramid's materials serve as a window into the extraordinary capabilities of its builders. They reveal a civilization, or perhaps a group of individuals, capable of understanding, manipulating, and deploying resources in ways that challenge everything we thought we knew about human history. Each stone carries with it the weight of unanswered questions, from its origin and composition to its placement and purpose. By studying these materials, scientists gain insight not only into ancient construction techniques, but also into the broader mysteries of knowledge, technology, and human potential that have been obscured by the passage of time. The pyramid, through its very stones, forces a re-evaluation of the limits of what was possible in the ancient world, compelling us to confront the possibility that history contains secrets far stranger and more advanced than we have ever imagined. One of the most astonishing aspects of the pyramid is its alignment with the cosmos, an achievement that continues to baffle archaeologists and astronomers alike. From the earliest surveys, it became apparent that the structure's orientation is not random. Its edges and apex correspond with the cardinal points with near-perfect precision. Unlike many other ancient monuments, which exhibit approximate alignments, this pyramid demonstrates a level of astronomical knowledge that suggests careful observation and meticulous calculation. Modern instruments confirm that it is aligned not only to the north-south axis, but also to specific stars and constellations, some of which would have held significance thousands of years ago. This celestial synchronization raises profound questions about the knowledge and intentions of the builders. The alignment extends beyond the basic compass points. Researchers have discovered that certain corridors, shafts, and chambers are oriented to capture light from solstices and equinoxes, illuminating internal spaces in ways that appear deliberately engineered. At sunrise on specific days, sunlight penetrates narrow shafts and strikes carefully carved surfaces, creating patterns that could have served ceremonial, symbolic, or practical purposes. Shadows and reflections shift throughout the year, suggesting a deep understanding of solar movement, seasonal cycles, and the behavior of light. This is more than simple observation. It reflects the integration of astronomical principles into architecture, an endeavor that requires sophisticated knowledge of both geometry and celestial mechanics. The complexity of the alignments challenges assumptions about the technological capabilities of ancient civilizations. Calculating such precise orientations without modern tools is a feat that demands careful measurement, repeated observation, and mathematical insight. Ancient societies are often credited with basic astronomical awareness, tracking the sun, moon, and visible stars, but the degree of precision demonstrated by this pyramid far exceeds conventional expectations. Its design implies that the builders possessed methods for measuring angles, tracking celestial bodies, and predicting their positions over long periods. This raises questions about the transmission of knowledge, the sophistication of early education, and whether techniques or instruments have been lost to history. Some researchers suggest that the pyramid may have functioned as a cosmic calendar, a way to track time, seasons, and astronomical events with extraordinary accuracy. By observing the interaction of sunlight and shadows within the structure, ancient observers could have predicted solstices, equinoxes, and even longer astronomical cycles. Such a system would have been invaluable for agricultural planning, religious ceremonies, or social coordination. Yet the precision and scale of these alignments go beyond practical needs, hinting at symbolic or philosophical motivations. The pyramid seems to embody a worldview in which human existence, earthly architecture, and celestial phenomena are interconnected, a vision that resonates with both the practical and the mystical. Alignment with distant stars is another striking feature. Certain passages point directly toward celestial bodies that were prominent during the era of construction, suggesting that the builders not only understood the motion of the sun, but also the movement of stars across centuries. This knowledge would have required careful long-term observation and an awareness of precessional shifts, subtle changes in the orientation of the Earth's axis over thousands of years. For a civilization assumed to lack sophisticated instruments, this implies an astonishingly advanced understanding of the cosmos. It also invites speculation about the purpose of such alignments. Were they purely ceremonial, designed to honor celestial deities, or did they serve a functional role in the measurement of time and cycles? The pyramid's astronomical sophistication becomes even more compelling when considered alongside its geographic isolation. Situated in a remote and harsh landscape, It would have required both determination and planning to ensure that alignments were achieved with precision. The builders could not rely on pre-existing landmarks. Every measurement had to be calculated, every observation repeated, and every construction decision executed flawlessly. The interaction between terrain, structure, and sky reflects a holistic approach, one in which the natural environment is not merely a backdrop, but an integral part of the design. The landscape itself becomes a partner in the astronomical function, reinforcing the sense that this pyramid was conceived with knowledge and intention that surpasses ordinary expectations. Critics of the astronomical interpretation have suggested coincidence or exaggeration, arguing that alignments with celestial bodies are bound to occur in complex structures. However, repeated observations and measurements consistently demonstrate that the alignments are deliberate, not random. The orientation, the placement of shafts and chambers, and the timing of light and shadow interactions all indicate a coherent plan rather than happenstance. Moreover, the alignment with stars that were visible thousands of years ago adds a temporal dimension, implying that the builders were capable of projecting knowledge across generations. It is not simply an architectural feat. It is a testament to foresight, observation, and understanding of the heavens. The implications of these celestial alignments extend far beyond the pyramid itself. They suggest a civilization that regarded the cosmos not as a distant, untouchable entity, but as a system that could be observed, understood, and integrated into human life. Knowledge of the stars, the sun, and seasonal cycles appears encoded into the very fabric of the monument, merging science, spirituality, and artistry. This integration of architecture and astronomy challenges modern assumptions about the intellectual capabilities of ancient builders and invites a re-evaluation of the history of scientific knowledge. The pyramid is not merely a structure of stone. It is a sophisticated tool, a record of astronomical understanding, and a symbol of humanity's enduring fascination with the heavens. Ultimately, the pyramid's astronomical alignment stands as one of its most profound mysteries. It demonstrates knowledge that seems to belong to a more advanced era, raising questions about the origins of such understanding and the methods by which it was achieved. The careful coordination of earth, stone, and sky reflects a civilization deeply attuned to the universe, one capable of translating observation into monumental architecture. It is a cosmic dialogue cast in stone, inviting modern observers to witness, measure, and contemplate the intelligence, artistry, and vision of a people whose knowledge continues to challenge our assumptions. Every alignment, every shaft, every illuminated chamber is a silent testament to a civilization that saw the heavens not as distant and unreachable, but is intimately connected to the life and legacy of those who built the pyramid. Beneath the seemingly solid exterior of the pyramid lies a network of hidden chambers and subterranean passages that have captivated the attention of explorers and scientists alike. Early surveys hinted at voids within the structure, but it was only with the advent of modern ground-penetrating radar and 3D scanning technology that the full extent of these secret spaces became apparent. Unlike conventional pyramids, which often contain a single central burial chamber, this pyramid conceals a labyrinth of corridors, chambers, and niches, each carefully positioned and meticulously constructed. Some passages are deliberately narrow, almost claustrophobic, while others open into expansive halls with ceilings that soar impossibly high. The existence of these hidden spaces raises immediate questions. Why were they built? Who used them? And what purpose do they serve? The design of the subterranean network appears far from random. Shafts intersect at precise angles, and some corridors align with internal chambers in ways that suggest intentional geometry rather than accidental excavation. Certain hidden rooms are positioned beneath massive structural blocks, making access extraordinarily difficult without careful planning. These chambers are often devoid of any conventional signs of occupation, such as inscriptions, furnishings, or artifacts, which has led researchers to speculate about their purpose. Were they ceremonial spaces, storage facilities, or repositories for knowledge meant to be preserved across millennia? The absence of clear evidence only deepens the mystery, highlighting the pyramid's complexity and the ingenuity required to construct it. Some hidden chambers appear to have been engineered to interact with environmental phenomena. Light shafts, for example, penetrate deep into certain rooms during specific times of the year, illuminating select surfaces or objects in a manner that is both precise and deliberate. Acoustics within some halls amplify even the softest sound, creating a resonance that suggests a deliberate understanding of sound propagation and architectural dynamics. These features imply that the pyramid's interior was not constructed solely for structural necessity, but was conceived as a multidimensional system where light, sound, and spatial orientation all serve a purpose. It is as though the builders encoded a hidden language into the very architecture, waiting for future generations to decipher it. The materials used within the subterranean chambers are equally enigmatic. Stones in these hidden spaces often differ in density, hardness, and composition from those on the exterior, suggesting deliberate selection based on specific properties. Some blocks appear almost impervious to erosion, while others show subtle marks indicative of advanced cutting or shaping techniques. The precision with which these materials were integrated indicates an understanding of engineering principles that would allow the structure to remain stable despite the weight and stress from above. Every stone, every joint, every chamber contributes to a carefully orchestrated balance that combines strength, durability, and possibly even symbolic meaning. The interior is a testament to the builder's mastery of both form and function. Exploration of these subterranean spaces has revealed additional anomalies. Certain walls contain hidden cavities or voids that, when examined, show evidence of intentional design rather than accidental gaps. These spaces may have been intended for ritual use, storage, or other unknown functions, but their exact purpose remains elusive. The level of secrecy and sophistication suggests that the pyramid's creators possessed knowledge not only of construction, but of concepts that transcend simple architecture. They anticipated centuries of scrutiny and potential decay, ensuring that their design would endure, hidden yet complete, awaiting discovery and interpretation. It is as if the hidden chambers themselves are a coded message, offering a glimpse into a civilization whose intentions were both practical and profoundly enigmatic. Some chambers also show evidence of alignment with celestial phenomena, echoing the astronomical precision observed in the pyramid's exterior. Certain passages point toward the rising or setting of specific stars, while others may correspond with solstices or equinoxes. This integration of subterranean architecture with cosmic alignment reinforces the idea that the pyramid was conceived as a holistic system, one in which the earth, the structure, and the heavens are inextricably connected. It suggests a worldview in which human existence, ritual, and celestial observation are interdependent, and where architecture serves as a bridge between terrestrial and cosmic domains. The hidden chambers thus become more than secret rooms. They are portals into a sophisticated understanding of the universe encoded in stone. The challenges of exploration underscore the pyramid's enigmatic nature. Narrow shafts and unstable floors make access difficult, limiting opportunities for direct observation. Researchers rely heavily on remote scanning, robotic probes, and other non-invasive technologies to map the interior. Even with these tools, the full complexity of the network is only beginning to emerge. Each new discovery seems to raise more questions than it answers. Why were some chambers left empty? Why do certain passages remain inaccessible? And what knowledge or purpose might have been intended for these hidden spaces? The more that is revealed, the more the pyramid insists on defying simple explanation, remaining a puzzle that stretches the limits of both imagination and scientific inquiry. In the end, the hidden chambers and subterranean passages are central to the pyramid's enduring mystery. They transform the structure from a monumental feat of engineering into a multidimensional enigma, where every corridor, hall, and void has the potential to unlock insights about ancient knowledge, cosmology, and human capability. Their design demonstrates extraordinary foresight, technical mastery, and possibly symbolic intent, challenging modern assumptions about the limits of early civilizations. To explore the interior is to enter a space where history, architecture, and science intersect, revealing a civilization whose ingenuity and vision continue to astonish even in the modern era. The pyramid's secrets are hidden, layered, and complex, demanding patience, skill, and imagination to uncover, a journey that mirrors the very human quest for understanding the unknown. One of the most confounding aspects of the pyramid lies in the methods and tools required to construct it, for conventional explanations fall far short of accounting for its precision and scale. Archaeologists have long assumed that ancient civilizations relied on rudimentary tools such as copper chisels, wooden sledges, and stone hammers. Yet the stones in this pyramid are so precisely cut and fitted that such implements seem almost inadequate. Edges are flawlessly straight, surfaces polished, and joints interlocked with tolerances that would challenge modern engineers. The question arises, how could builders achieve this level of exactness without advanced equipment, precise measurement techniques, or mechanical assistance that history has no record of? Even the heaviest stones present a puzzle. Blocks weighing tens of tons were quarried, transported, and positioned with remarkable precision, often across uneven terrain and steep inclines. Traditional methods suggest that rolling logs, ramps, and sheer manpower could accomplish such tasks over time, yet the pyramid's accuracy and alignment indicate that these approaches alone are insufficient. Moving such immense weights without modern cranes or lifting devices would have required extraordinary ingenuity, and yet no archaeological evidence of complex machinery or large-scale mechanical systems has been discovered. This absence of visible tools has led some researchers to propose that unknown technologies, lost over time, may have been employed to achieve what seems impossible by conventional standards. Further complicating the mystery are the techniques used to shape and polish the stones. Many blocks exhibit surfaces that are unnaturally smooth and edges so sharp they appear to have been cut with tools far more precise than those historically available. Microscopic analysis reveals evidence of abrasion and shaping methods that defy conventional understanding, as if the builders possessed techniques akin to modern industrial processes. The uniformity and consistency across thousands of blocks suggest not isolated craftsmanship, but a standardized method of production, indicating a level of organization, planning, and technical knowledge unprecedented for the assumed era. Scholars are left grappling with the implications. Either the civilization had access to lost technologies, or the accepted timelines of human development are incomplete. The assembly of the pyramid further challenges traditional explanations. Stones are interlocked in such a way that the structure has endured for millennia without significant settling or collapse. Weight distribution is managed with astonishing precision, with each block contributing to an intricate balance that maintains stability. Some stones contain subtle channels, grooves, or indentations that appear deliberately designed to distribute stress and reduce friction. The integration of material science with architectural engineering in a civilization presumed to lack formalized principles of either is difficult to reconcile. Modern engineers often find themselves marveling at these methods, unable to replicate them even with contemporary knowledge and machinery. The precision of the internal passages and hidden chambers compounds the enigma. Corridors are perfectly straight, walls are aligned with remarkable accuracy, and chambers maintain structural integrity despite immense overhead loads. Such feats suggest careful planning and knowledge of architectural stresses that should have been unavailable to builders of the era. Furthermore, the arrangement of internal spaces implies a sophisticated understanding of geometry, load distribution, and spatial dynamics. The possibility that these design choices were accidental is effectively eliminated by the sheer consistency and scale of the construction. Every corridor and chamber reflects intention, skill, and knowledge that surpass conventional explanations. Hypotheses about lost tools or technologies have emerged to address these anomalies. Some scholars propose that the builders may have utilized simple tools in ways that have yet to be rediscovered, employing techniques lost to history, but fully achievable with the resources available. Others speculate about the existence of advanced mechanical systems, such as primitive cranes, pulleys, or vibration-assisted stone shaping, none of which have left direct evidence. While these ideas remain speculative, they underscore the central challenge. The pyramid's construction appears to exceed the technical capabilities historically attributed to its builders, demanding that researchers rethink assumptions about human ingenuity in the ancient world. The level of coordination required also hints at a highly organized workforce with specialized knowledge. Laborers would need to understand the properties of the materials, the alignment of stones, and the sequencing of construction in extraordinary detail. Managing such a project in a remote, challenging environment without contemporary communication or measurement tools suggests advanced logistical planning. It is not simply a question of manpower, but of expertise, foresight, and execution. The combination of scale, precision, and complexity transforms the pyramid from a static monument into a testament to human capability and a lingering puzzle that continues to challenge assumptions about ancient construction techniques. The methods implied by the pyramid's construction raise profound questions about the nature of ancient knowledge. Did the builders possess lost techniques, secret methods, or conceptual frameworks that were never recorded? Were these tools and methods purely practical, or did they encompass symbolic or philosophical principles as well? The pyramid's enduring mystery lies in this intersection of practicality and precision, where physical reality meets intellectual ingenuity. Every stone, corridor, and chamber reflects the silent work of hands guided by knowledge that seems almost superhuman, leaving modern observers both in awe and perplexity. Ultimately, the unexplained tools and construction methods transform the pyramid from a remarkable architectural achievement into an enigma that defies conventional historical understanding. It challenges the boundaries of what we believe ancient civilizations were capable of achieving and forces a re-evaluation of the narratives we rely on to explain human progress. The structure is not merely stone and geometry. It is a monument to knowledge, skill, and imagination that has endured for millennia, inviting speculation, admiration, and relentless inquiry. The mystery remains: how was it built, and by whom? With tools and techniques that continue to elude modern explanation, the pyramid's existence hints at the possibility of a civilization far more advanced than historians have accounted for, one that has seemingly vanished from the annals of recorded history. Every aspect of the structure, from the precision of its stones to the alignment of its chambers with celestial bodies, suggests knowledge and skill inconsistent with what is attributed to contemporary societies of its presumed era. The sheer ambition of the project, combined with its remote location and sophisticated engineering, implies an organized culture with specialized expertise, yet no other evidence of such a civilization has been discovered nearby. This disconnect between the monument and the historical record forces researchers to confront a profound mystery. Could an advanced society have existed and disappeared without leaving conventional traces? Some archaeologists point to subtle hints in the surrounding landscape as evidence of a lost civilization. Terraces, faint foundations, and unusual rock formations suggest that the pyramid may have been part of a larger network of structures now buried or eroded. Satellite imagery reveals patterns that resemble roads, platforms, and possible habitations, yet these remain faint and difficult to interpret. Unlike known civilizations, which left abundant artifacts, pottery, inscriptions, or tools, the area around the pyramid is largely barren. The absence of these traditional markers challenges assumptions about how societies leave their imprint on the world, suggesting that this civilization either deliberately concealed its presence or was obliterated by natural or human forces over millennia. The sophistication of the pyramid itself strengthens the argument for a lost civilization. Its construction demonstrates mastery of mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and material science, skills that typically require centuries of accumulated knowledge. Yet there is no corroborating evidence of such development in the region. Written records, oral traditions, or cultural remnants that might indicate the existence of such a society are conspicuously absent. This gap between extraordinary achievement and the apparent disappearance of the civilization deepens the mystery, forcing scholars to consider scenarios that range from natural disasters to the systematic erasure of history. Each hypothesis raises as many questions as it answers, underscoring the enigmatic nature of the pyramid. Artifacts discovered within the pyramid or its immediate vicinity provide tantalizing but inconclusive clues. Small carvings, faint markings, and unusual tools suggest deliberate craftsmanship, yet they do not correspond to known civilizations or artistic styles. Some tools are made of materials that would have been difficult to obtain, shape, or utilize with the presumed technology of the era. These anomalies imply that the pyramid's creators had access to resources and skills beyond those traditionally documented. The presence of such items raises questions about trade, knowledge exchange, and technological capability, hinting at a civilization capable of remarkable feats, yet leaving behind minimal physical evidence beyond the monument itself. Geological and environmental studies add another layer to the mystery. Evidence of ancient floods, earthquakes, or climate changes in the region suggests that natural events could have contributed to the disappearance of a civilization. Settlements, roads, or other structures may have been buried, eroded, or destroyed over thousands of years, leaving only the most resilient monument, the pyramid, as a visible remnant. Yet the survival of such a fragile structure in a harsh environment underscores the exceptional skill of its builders. The combination of lost infrastructure and enduring architecture suggests a society that was both highly capable and vulnerable, one whose knowledge and achievements have been obscured by time and circumstance. The alignment of the pyramid with celestial bodies and its internal design further imply an advanced civilization with a holistic understanding of the world. Such knowledge is typically associated with societies that have established systems of observation, mathematics, and cultural continuity. For this level of sophistication to appear suddenly and independently in a remote location is unprecedented, raising questions about whether the civilization developed in isolation or inherited knowledge from an earlier culture. This uncertainty fuels debate among scholars and challenges the linear, progressive narrative of human technological and intellectual development. The pyramid, in essence, is a puzzle that suggests a much richer, more complex history than previously recognized. Some researchers have proposed that the civilization responsible for the pyramid may have intentionally concealed its existence or knowledge. The remote location, hidden chambers, and intricate design could indicate a deliberate effort to preserve information, rituals, or technology from potential threats. If true, this would explain the scarcity of artifacts and visible settlements, implying a society that prioritized secrecy and endurance over widespread visibility. It also introduces the possibility that other monuments or remnants of this civilization exist, yet remain undiscovered, waiting to reveal a broader story about human history and lost knowledge. The pyramid becomes not just a structure, but a message from a vanished culture, encoded in stone, location, and alignment. The implications of a lost civilization are profound. It suggests that human history is more complex and nonlinear than mainstream narratives allow, that knowledge can be acquired, mastered, and then vanish without leaving conventional traces. It forces reconsideration of what constitutes evidence and challenges assumptions about technological and intellectual capabilities in the ancient world. The pyramid becomes a focal point, a tangible witness to the possibility that advanced societies existed long before we documented history, and that much of what we consider modern ingenuity may have roots in a forgotten past. Each anomaly, hidden chamber, and precise alignment supports the idea that the creators were not only capable but deliberate, leaving a monument that defies explanation and invites inquiry. Ultimately, the evidence of a lost civilization transforms the pyramid from a singular architectural marvel into a symbol of human potential and mystery. It compels us to reconsider the timeline of human development, to question the assumptions of archaeology, and to explore the boundaries of what we know about ancient societies. The absence of corroborating civilizations, tools, or records does not diminish the achievement. Rather, it amplifies the enigma, highlighting the possibility that entire chapters of history remain hidden beneath the surface of the earth and the sands of time. The pyramid stands as both a monument and a riddle, a reminder that human ingenuity can transcend our current understanding and that the past may hold secrets far more extraordinary than we have yet imagined. As scholars and enthusiasts examine the pyramid, a set of theories emerges that stretches beyond conventional history, challenging established timelines and the limits of human capability. These ideas, while controversial, attempt to reconcile the extraordinary precision, mysterious materials, and astronomical alignments with explanations that transcend mainstream archaeology. Some propose that the pyramid is the product of an unknown civilization whose knowledge far exceeded what is currently documented, while others suggest influences or insights that may not fit neatly into any historical framework. These theories force us to consider possibilities that lie outside the traditional narrative: advanced civilizations, lost technologies, or even connections to forces and ideas that modern science struggles to explain. One provocative idea is that the pyramid may have been built with the guidance of knowledge passed down from a precursor civilization, an earlier human society whose achievements have been largely erased from history. This concept, often referred to as the lost civilization hypothesis, posits that our ancestors possessed advanced engineering, astronomy, and materials science skills long before recorded history. Proponents argue that such a civilization could have shared techniques, principles, or architectural templates with subsequent builders, leaving behind monuments like this pyramid as fragments of their enduring influence. If true, this would fundamentally shift our understanding of human development, suggesting that progress may have been cyclical rather than linear, with peaks of sophistication appearing and disappearing over millennia. Another theory ventures into the possibility of external influence, whether through direct contact with visitors from distant lands or even speculative notions of non-human intelligence. While fringe in mainstream circles, some researchers point to the pyramid's anomalies: extraordinary precision, massive stone weights, and unknown materials, as evidence that conventional explanations may be insufficient. The idea is not necessarily extraterrestrial, though that interpretation has gained popular attention, but rather that the builders may have had access to knowledge or technology that was not native to their time or region. Whether through cultural diffusion, forgotten knowledge, or unknown assistance, the pyramid challenges the boundaries of what is considered achievable with ancient resources alone. Proponents of the advanced ancient technology theory suggest that the pyramid's construction methods relied on sophisticated techniques now lost to history. This could include vibration-assisted cutting, advanced levers and cranes, or methods of softening stone for precise placement. Evidence supporting these ideas comes from the incredible uniformity of the blocks, their flawless alignment, and the durability of the materials used. The very act of quarrying, transporting, and fitting stones of such magnitude and precision implies methods that exceed the capabilities attributed to contemporary civilizations. If the builders had access to tools or knowledge that modern researchers cannot replicate, it could explain the pyramid's extraordinary construction and further support the notion of a civilization with technological prowess previously unrecognized. Some theorists explore metaphysical or symbolic explanations. The pyramid's alignment with celestial events, hidden chambers, and unusual acoustics may indicate that it was intended not only as a physical structure, but also as a conduit for knowledge, energy, or ritual significance. In this view, the builders may have understood principles of nature, sound, light, or astronomy in ways that combine practical engineering with symbolic or spiritual insight. These ideas suggest that the pyramid's creators were not simply constructing a monument for posterity or ritual, but designing a multidimensional system that integrated the physical and cosmic realms. Such interpretations challenge the strict materialist assumptions of conventional archaeology, inviting consideration of purpose and meaning beyond what is immediately visible. Another compelling theory examines the pyramid as part of a network of sites worldwide, implying a lost global civilization or a shared ancient understanding of mathematics, geometry, and astronomy. Similarities between distant monuments, from the pyramids of Egypt and Central America to other megalithic structures, hint at knowledge that transcended cultural and geographic boundaries. The repetition of certain design principles, alignments, and construction techniques suggests more than coincidence. It points to either contact between civilizations or the inheritance of a shared body of knowledge that predates recorded history. This theory reframes the pyramid not as an isolated phenomenon, but as a piece of a larger, global mystery, challenging our understanding of early human achievement on a planetary scale. Critics caution against overreaching interpretations, arguing that anomalies can often be explained by human ingenuity within conventional historical contexts. They suggest that theories beyond history, while fascinating, sometimes rely on speculation rather than empirical evidence. Yet the pyramid continues to defy simple explanations, compelling even skeptics to acknowledge gaps in our knowledge. The combination of construction precision, materials anomalies, astronomical alignment, and hidden chambers creates a scenario that conventional history struggles to address fully. It is precisely this tension between observable evidence and interpretive frameworks that fuels theories beyond history, pushing inquiry into uncharted intellectual territory. These extraordinary theories share a common thread. They recognize that the pyramid embodies knowledge, skill, and intention that cannot be fully explained by the historical record alone. Whether invoking lost civilizations, unknown technologies, or alternative forms of understanding, these ideas underscore the limitations of current scholarship and highlight the enduring mysteries that define the structure. They encourage a broader perspective, one that considers not only what is known, but also what may have been lost, hidden, or overlooked. The pyramid becomes a portal, a lens through which we glimpse the possibility of human achievement and human curiosity that reaches beyond conventional history. Ultimately, theories beyond history invite us to question our assumptions about time, technology, and human capability. They remind us that knowledge can emerge, flourish, and vanish, leaving only monuments as witnesses to its existence. The pyramid, in this light, is more than an architectural feat. It is a challenge to our understanding, a riddle encoded in stone, and a testament to human ingenuity that may predate the histories we have written. It forces a confrontation with the unknown, urging scholars and enthusiasts alike to explore, question, and imagine what civilizations of the distant past may have known, achieved, and left behind for future generations to discover. The pyramid's design reveals not only architectural brilliance, but also a profound mastery of mathematics that continues to astonish modern researchers. From the careful alignment of its sides to the proportions of its internal chambers, every element reflects calculations that surpass what is commonly attributed to civilizations of the era. Scholars examining the structure have noted the presence of precise ratios, geometric constants, and subtle mathematical patterns embedded in the layout. These findings suggest that the builders possessed knowledge of principles that were either lost, unknown, or significantly ahead of their time, raising compelling questions about the intellectual capacity of the civilization responsible. Measurements of the pyramid reveal relationships between its base, height, and angles that align with sophisticated mathematical concepts. The proportions correspond closely to the golden ratio, an irrational number associated with balance, harmony, and aesthetics, which is often celebrated in art and architecture millennia later. Such precision indicates that the builders understood not only basic arithmetic, but also advanced concepts of proportion and scale. The implementation of these ratios was not merely decorative. They influenced the pyramid's stability, structural integrity, and visual harmony, reflecting a holistic approach in which mathematics, engineering, and design are inseparable. The realization that these constants were intentionally applied suggests a level of mathematical sophistication previously thought unattainable for the time period. Internal passages and hidden chambers further underscore the use of advanced mathematics. Measurements indicate deliberate symmetry and proportional relationships between spaces, suggesting that each room and corridor was calculated with precision before construction. Some scholars have identified patterns consistent with Pythagorean principles, where the dimensions of triangles, right angles, and hypotenuses align with known mathematical laws. What is particularly striking is that these patterns emerge in multiple parts of the pyramid, not as isolated coincidences, but as recurring design choices. This repetition implies a deep understanding of geometric principles, one that integrates mathematics seamlessly into architecture to achieve both functionality and aesthetic balance. The placement of stones themselves exhibits mathematical awareness. Blocks are sized and interlocked in ways that optimize structural stability while minimizing stress points, demonstrating knowledge of load distribution and proportional relationships. Stones of varying density and dimensions are combined to achieve equilibrium across the entire structure, reflecting calculations that account for weight, pressure, and stress tolerance. Such precision suggests a sophisticated system of measurement and planning, likely involving mathematical formulas or methods unknown in conventional historical contexts. Every stone, from the largest exterior block to the smallest internal fitting, appears to contribute to a larger mathematical framework, reinforcing the idea that the pyramid was conceived with both intellect and purpose. Astronomical alignments intersect with mathematics in a compelling way. Shafts and corridors that correspond to solstices, equinoxes, and stellar positions reveal an understanding of geometry, angles, and timing. To calculate these orientations accurately, the builders would have needed to apply mathematical concepts to predict the positions of celestial bodies across years or even centuries. Such calculations would require observational skill, record-keeping, and the ability to translate abstract numerical knowledge into precise physical constructions. The integration of cosmic cycles with architectural design demonstrates that mathematics was not a purely theoretical pursuit, but a practical tool for controlling and understanding space, light, and time within the pyramid. Beyond geometry, some researchers have noted the potential use of number theory in the pyramid's layout. Ratios between chamber sizes, corridor lengths, and wall thicknesses suggest a deliberate application of numerical relationships that may convey symbolic or functional meaning. Certain measurements correspond to fractions, multiples, or constants that hint at an abstract understanding of mathematical principles, rather than simple empirical estimation. This level of numerical sophistication raises intriguing possibilities. The builders may have encoded knowledge of mathematics into the structure itself, creating a living record that communicates their understanding across millennia. The pyramid, therefore, serves not only as an architectural marvel, but also as a repository of advanced numerical wisdom. The scale of the pyramid also implies mathematical foresight. Calculating the quantities of material required, predicting load-bearing capacities, and coordinating labor forces would have demanded a comprehensive understanding of arithmetic, geometry, and spatial planning. Such large-scale project management, integrated with precise calculations, indicates a civilization that combined intellectual knowledge with practical application. It is unlikely that this level of coordination could have been achieved without systematic use of mathematics at every stage, from planning and quarrying to assembly and final alignment. The pyramid becomes a testament to a civilization capable of translating abstract mathematical insight into enduring physical form. Moreover, the mathematical sophistication evident in the pyramid challenges assumptions about the history of numerical knowledge. The conventional timeline attributes advanced geometric understanding to civilizations much later than the presumed era of the pyramid's construction. Yet the evidence suggests that concepts such as ratios, proportions, and complex measurements were applied intentionally, hinting at a lost or undocumented body of knowledge. The pyramid, therefore, is more than stone and mortar. It is a monument to intellectual achievement, a fusion of mathematics, architecture, and astronomy that defies expectations and continues to inspire curiosity and research. In conclusion, the evidence of advanced mathematics embedded within the pyramid transforms it from a physical structure into a mathematical masterpiece. Every alignment, ratio, and measurement reflects deliberate calculation, integrating geometry, number theory, and practical engineering in ways that challenge conventional historical narratives. The pyramid demonstrates that its builders were not only skilled artisans, but also intellectual pioneers, capable of sophisticated thought that resonates across time. It stands as a testament to human ingenuity, reminding us that knowledge can be both functional and beautiful, precise and timeless, a silent legacy of mathematical mastery preserved in stone for millennia. Beyond its architectural brilliance and astronomical precision, the pyramid is steeped in symbolism and hidden messages that continue to intrigue researchers. Every aspect of the structure, from its proportions to its internal chambers, appears deliberately designed to convey meaning. Scholars have noted that the pyramid's orientation, ratios, and spatial arrangements reflect patterns that may encode philosophical, religious, or cosmological concepts. Unlike monuments created purely for function or display, this pyramid seems to carry messages intended to communicate across generations, offering a dialogue between its builders and those who would encounter it centuries later. The challenge lies in deciphering these subtle signs, as they are embedded not in text or images alone, but in the very geometry and composition of the structure. One of the most striking forms of symbolism is the alignment with celestial bodies. Shafts, corridors, and hidden chambers are oriented to capture the sun's light on solstices and equinoxes, or to point toward specific stars and constellations. These alignments may serve multiple purposes: ritualistic, calendrical, or symbolic representations of divine order. The interplay of light and shadow within the pyramid's chambers on precise dates transforms the interior into a living narrative, a story told through patterns of illumination and darkness. Some researchers interpret these phenomena as a means of connecting the terrestrial with the cosmic, a symbolic bridge between human existence and the greater universe, suggesting a civilization deeply attuned to both physical and spiritual realms. Symbolism is also evident in the pyramid's internal geometry. Hidden chambers, passageways, and niches appear to follow mathematical principles and ratios that carry potential esoteric significance. Repeated patterns, mirror-like symmetries, and proportional relationships may serve as encoded messages about balance, harmony, and the interconnection of natural forces. Some scholars propose that these features reflect philosophical or religious beliefs, embedding moral or cosmological teachings into the very fabric of the monument. The pyramid thus functions not merely as a tomb or structure, but as a multidimensional canvas, conveying complex ideas through form, measurement, and alignment rather than through inscriptions or overt visual representation. The use of specific materials may itself hold symbolic meaning. Variations in stone density, color, and texture, combined with meticulous placement, suggest choices made with intentional significance. Harder, denser stones may represent stability, endurance, or spiritual permanence, while lighter or differently colored blocks could symbolize transition, passage, or other abstract concepts. When these materials are considered alongside the pyramid's celestial alignments and geometric precision, a picture emerges of a structure designed to convey layers of meaning, accessible not just to the physical eye, but to those attuned to its deeper patterns. It is as though the builders were communicating a worldview, one that integrates materiality, mathematics, and cosmology into a coherent symbolic language. Acoustic properties within certain chambers add another dimension to the pyramid's symbolism. Some spaces amplify sound in unusual ways, suggesting that the builders may have used resonance or vibration intentionally. These acoustic phenomena could have been part of ritualistic practices or a method of encoding messages, linking auditory experience to spatial and symbolic understanding. The combination of sight, geometry, and sound within the pyramid demonstrates a multidimensional approach to communication, one that engages multiple senses and emphasizes experiential understanding. This integration reflects a civilization capable of sophisticated thought, capable not only of construction, but of embedding knowledge and meaning in ways that transcend conventional documentation. Hidden inscriptions and carvings, though scarce, provide subtle clues to the pyramid's symbolic content. Some marks appear in chambers that are difficult to access, suggesting that only those with special knowledge or status were intended to interpret them. These signs may reference celestial events, philosophical concepts, or ceremonial practices, functioning as keys to understanding the broader message encoded within the structure. The deliberate concealment of these symbols implies that the pyramid was designed as both a public monument and a private repository of knowledge, accessible in layers according to expertise or initiation. Such duality reinforces the notion that symbolism was a central consideration in its construction, not an incidental feature. Some researchers have suggested that the pyramid's overall shape itself carries symbolic meaning. The precise triangular geometry, rising apex, and orientation relative to the earth and sky may represent concepts of ascent, enlightenment, or cosmic connection. Its structure can be interpreted as a microcosm of the universe, reflecting the interrelationship between human endeavor and cosmic order. Every corner, edge, and angle appears to be intentional, contributing to a complex symbolic architecture that communicates ideas about life, mortality, the cosmos, and humanity's place within it. The pyramid becomes more than a monument. It transforms into a philosophical statement, a silent teacher etched in stone. Ultimately, the hidden messages and symbolism embedded within the pyramid challenge observers to look beyond the physical form and seek deeper understanding. They suggest that the builders possessed not only technical mastery, but also a profound awareness of philosophy, cosmology, and human perception. By encoding meaning in geometry, materials, alignment, and acoustics, they created a structure that continues to communicate across time, inviting exploration, interpretation, and awe. The pyramid stands as a testament to the power of symbolism, a reminder that architecture can be a vessel for knowledge, intention, and enduring human expression. It is at once a mystery, a message, and a monument, a silent witness to a civilization that sought to encode meaning in ways that transcend the limitations of language and time.
The pyramid stands as a monumental intersection between ancient knowledge and modern understanding, challenging contemporary assumptions about history, technology, and human capability. For centuries, scholars have approached it with conventional frameworks, attempting to explain its construction through tools, methods, and societal structures documented in historical records. Yet every investigation reveals anomalies that resist these explanations. Precision engineering, astronomical alignment, material properties, and hidden chambers all point to knowledge that seems far beyond what is attributed to the era in which it was built. The contrast between what we know and what the evidence suggests forces a profound reevaluation of human intellectual potential in the distant past. Modern engineering struggles to replicate the pyramid's construction even with advanced machinery, highlighting the gap between historical accounts and the pyramid's evident sophistication. Experiments with cranes, ramps, and cutting techniques repeatedly fall short of achieving the precision, scale, and durability found in the structure. Stones weighing tens of tons are positioned with exacting alignment, tight-fitting joints, and polished surfaces that defy replication with contemporary understanding of ancient tools. This raises a possibility that either lost methods, unknown techniques, or entirely different approaches were employed. The pyramid, in this sense, becomes a testament to ancient ingenuity that surpasses what we consider possible, prompting questions about the limits of both historical knowledge and modern technology. Astronomical alignment underscores the disparity between ancient achievement and modern comprehension. The pyramid's orientation to cardinal points, solstices, equinoxes, and specific stars demonstrates knowledge of celestial mechanics that would challenge even contemporary calculations without precise instruments. Modern astronomy can confirm these alignments, but the methods by which they were achieved remain elusive. To accomplish such accuracy, the builders would have needed to observe, record, and calculate over long periods, demonstrating both patience and precision. This raises the intriguing possibility that ancient societies possessed sophisticated observational systems or methods of measurement that have since been lost, leaving the pyramid as the enduring proof of their understanding. The mathematical sophistication embedded in the pyramid further emphasizes the contrast between ancient knowledge and modern assumptions. Ratios, proportions, geometric principles, and even concepts akin to the golden ratio appear intentionally integrated into the design. These elements are not only aesthetically significant, but also structurally functional, reflecting a deep understanding of geometry, load distribution, and spatial harmony. Modern mathematicians recognize the precision of these calculations and the improbability that they were accidental, suggesting that the builders had mastered principles that would not appear in recorded history for centuries. The pyramid thus becomes a bridge across time, connecting the abstract reasoning of ancient minds to contemporary analytical frameworks. The contrast extends to materials and construction techniques. Stones in the pyramid exhibit hardness, density, and durability that seem incongruent with the tools documented in historical records. Polished surfaces, perfectly cut edges, and interlocking blocks suggest techniques beyond conventional hammering, chiseling, or abrasion. Modern experimentation with similar materials demonstrates the difficulty of achieving such precision, even with advanced machinery. These anomalies imply that ancient builders possessed knowledge of materials science that has either been lost or never fully documented. The result is a monument that embodies a level of understanding and application of scientific principles that challenges the assumed progression of human knowledge. Hidden chambers, subterranean passages, and concealed spaces add another layer to this contrast. Their design integrates structural stability, geometric precision, and symbolic intent in ways that modern engineers recognize as highly advanced. Accessing, designing, and executing these chambers will require not only technical skill, but also a conceptual framework that blends architecture, mathematics, and symbolism. In essence, the pyramid demonstrates an interdisciplinary mastery, combining engineering, astronomy, and philosophy that modern understanding often underestimates for ancient civilizations. The knowledge embedded in these hidden spaces forces a reconsideration of how we define technological and intellectual advancement in historical contexts. Cultural, philosophical, and symbolic elements further deepen the disparity. The pyramid communicates principles of cosmology, human existence, and universal order through its geometry, alignment, and material choices. Modern observers can decode some of these messages, but the full intent and comprehension likely extend beyond our current frameworks. This suggests a civilization capable of integrating practical engineering with abstract thought in ways that modern societies struggle to replicate. The pyramid becomes a multidimensional record, simultaneously functional, symbolic, and intellectually sophisticated, a tangible expression of knowledge preserved across millennia. Ultimately, the contrast between ancient knowledge and modern understanding challenges prevailing narratives about human history. The pyramid demonstrates that civilizations of the distant past may have possessed capabilities, insights, and methods that exceed conventional expectations. It invites a reevaluation of what we assume about technological progression, intellectual development, and cultural sophistication. The monument serves as both evidence and enigma, reminding us that knowledge is not linear, that insight can emerge in unexpected eras, and that the limits of human capability in the past may have been far greater than previously imagined. It is a bridge connecting the ingenuity of antiquity with the analytical lens of the present. In conclusion, the pyramid stands as a testament to the profound contrast between ancient knowledge and modern understanding. Its construction, alignment, materials, mathematics, and hidden symbolism collectively defy simple explanation. They challenge historians, archaeologists, engineers, and scientists to reconsider the timelines, capabilities, and sophistication of ancient civilizations. By studying it, we confront not only the ingenuity of the past, but also the limitations of contemporary perception, highlighting the enduring mystery and majesty of human achievement. The pyramid, in all its complexity, becomes a mirror reflecting both the brilliance of the builders and humility of modern inquiry, a timeless dialogue across the ages. The pyramid has long been a focal point for controversies and debates, drawing both admiration and skepticism from scholars, enthusiasts, and the public alike. While some researchers view it as a pinnacle of human ingenuity, others question how such a structure could have been built with the technology and knowledge presumed to exist at the time. The debates are as multifaceted as the pyramid itself, spanning questions of construction methods, purpose, symbolism, astronomical alignment, and even the identity of its builders. Each new discovery or hypothesis seems to provoke further contention, revealing the structure not only as a physical monument, but also as a catalyst for intellectual discourse and disagreement across disciplines. One major area of controversy revolves around construction techniques. Traditional Egyptologists argue that the pyramid was built using simple tools, labor forces, and ingenuity consistent with historical records. They propose that ramps, levers, and coordinated manpower were sufficient to quarry, transport, and position massive stones. However, critics point out that the precision, alignment, and durability of the structure challenge these explanations. How could workers, using basic copper chisels, wooden sledges, and stone hammers, achieve edges so straight, surfaces so polished, and joints so exact that they fit together almost seamlessly? The gap between conventional understanding and observable evidence has sparked heated debates over whether lost technologies, unknown methods, or even assistance from external sources were involved. The pyramid's hidden chambers and voids have also fueled controversy. Discoveries made using muon radiography and ground-penetrating radar reveal large spaces within the structure, some of which are inaccessible or entirely unexpected. While some scholars maintain that these voids could be structural anomalies or storage spaces, others suggest they serve symbolic, ritualistic, or even advanced technological purposes. The existence of hidden chambers challenges mainstream narratives, leading to disagreement over whether the pyramid was purely a tomb, a ceremonial center, or something far more complex. Each theory has its proponents, and a lack of definitive evidence ensures that debate continues, often intensifying as new findings emerge. Astronomical alignment is another hotly contested topic. The pyramid is oriented with remarkable precision to cardinal points and celestial phenomena, including solstices, equinoxes, and certain stars. Proponents of alternative theories argue that such accuracy implies a level of astronomical knowledge that would be difficult to achieve with the tools and observational techniques available at the time. Skeptics, on the other hand, contend that the alignments may be coincidental or achievable through empirical observation without sophisticated instruments. This debate highlights the tension between empirical evidence and interpretation, forcing researchers to grapple with the possibility that the builders possessed insights that challenge conventional assumptions about ancient knowledge. Symbolism and hidden messages have provoked similar disagreements. Some experts interpret the pyramid as a repository of esoteric knowledge, encoded through geometry, ratios, and hidden chambers. Others maintain that while symbolic meaning may exist, much of the interpretation is speculative, influenced by modern perspectives or a desire to attribute extraordinary intent. The debate extends to the pyramid's internal design, acoustics, and material choices, with differing opinions about whether these features were deliberate, functional, or incidental. The challenge lies in distinguishing intentionality from coincidence, a task complicated by the absence of written explanations or contemporary records detailing the pyramid's purpose. The identity of the builders is itself a point of contention. While mainstream archaeology attributes the pyramid to a known civilization with documented capabilities, some researchers propose alternative origins, suggesting the influence of a lost civilization, advanced cultural exchange, or even unknown forces. The debate encompasses timelines, technological capabilities, and social organization, with questions about whether the historical record accurately reflects the full extent of human ingenuity at the time. Disagreement arises because conventional evidence is limited, forcing scholars to interpret the physical monument and its anomalies in different ways, often leading to sharply contrasting conclusions. Public perception further fuels controversy. Popular media, documentaries, and speculative literature frequently present extraordinary theories, some invoking lost civilizations, extraterrestrial involvement, or advanced ancient technology. These interpretations, while engaging and imaginative, sometimes clash with academic perspectives, creating tension between popular fascination and scholarly rigor. This dynamic has intensified debate, as sensational claims often attract attention but lack verifiable evidence, while more conservative interpretations may struggle to fully explain the pyramid's anomalies. The pyramid thus exists at the intersection of scientific inquiry and public imagination, a symbol of both fact and mystery. Debates also touch on ethical and methodological considerations. Some researchers advocate for more invasive exploration to uncover hidden chambers or artifacts, while others caution against interventions that could damage the structure. Decisions about technology, preservation, and accessibility generate different opinions, reflecting broader tensions between discovery and conservation. Every new investigation has the potential to ignite further controversy, particularly when findings challenge entrenched assumptions or provoke reinterpretation of historical narratives. These debates highlight the delicate balance between advancing knowledge and protecting a monument that has stood for millennia. Ultimately, the controversies surrounding the pyramid underscore its enduring power as a cultural and intellectual touchstone. The structure is more than stone and geometry. It is a provocation, compelling humans to confront questions about history, capability, purpose, and meaning. The debates themselves reflect our struggle to reconcile what we know with what the evidence suggests, highlighting both the limitations of contemporary understanding and the boundless ingenuity of the builders. In this way, the pyramid is as much a monument to human curiosity and intellectual exploration as it is a testament to ancient skill and ambition. In conclusion, controversies and debates ensure that the pyramid remains alive in scholarly and public discourse. They reveal a structure that defies simple classification, challenging assumptions about technology, knowledge, and history. From construction methods and hidden chambers to symbolism and the identity of the builders, every aspect invites discussion and often disagreement. The pyramid is both a puzzle and a mirror, reflecting human fascination, imagination, and the ongoing quest to understand the past. Its power lies not only in what has been discovered, but also in the questions it continues to inspire, questions that bridge generations and disciplines, inviting endless investigation and dialogue. The pyramid's influence extends far beyond its physical presence, shaping culture, scholarship, and imagination across the globe. It has become a symbol of human ingenuity, mystery, and the unyielding quest for knowledge. For centuries, artists, writers, scientists, and historians have been captivated by its scale, precision, and enigmatic purpose, interpreting it as both a tangible monument and a metaphorical emblem of civilization's potential. Its impact resonates not only in the academic world, but also in popular culture, where it inspires books, films, documentaries, and speculative theories. The pyramid has transcended its origins to become a universal icon, embodying both achievement and the enduring allure of the unknown. In literature, the pyramid has served as a narrative focal point for exploring themes of power, mortality, and human aspiration. From ancient texts to modern fiction, writers have used it as a symbol of civilization, knowledge, and ambition. Its enigmatic nature allows storytellers to imbue narratives with mystery, tension, and philosophical reflection, turning stone and geometry into vehicles for exploring timeless questions about existence, legacy, and human experience. By serving as a bridge between the tangible and the symbolic, the pyramid has captured imaginations worldwide, inspiring generations to ponder the possibilities and limitations of human endeavor. The pyramid's impact on art and architecture is equally profound. Artists and architects have drawn inspiration from its geometry, symmetry, and monumental scale. Its form has influenced building designs, public monuments, and conceptual art, with creators seeking to evoke the balance, precision, and aesthetic harmony exemplified by its construction. The pyramid's proportions and alignment offer lessons in spatial awareness and visual storytelling, demonstrating how geometry can convey meaning beyond mere function. Its aesthetic influence underscores the intersection of practicality, symbolism, and artistry, revealing a timeless dialogue between human perception and the physical environment. Globally, the pyramid has shaped scholarly research and interdisciplinary inquiry. Archaeologists, engineers, physicists, mathematicians, and astronomers have studied it, each discipline revealing insights into construction methods, alignment, materials, and design. These investigations highlight the pyramid as a focal point for collaboration, where questions of engineering intersect with historical analysis, mathematics merges with architecture, and astronomy informs symbolic interpretation. By drawing together diverse fields of study, the pyramid has fostered a culture of interdisciplinary scholarship, encouraging experts to challenge assumptions, innovate methods, and reconsider what is possible in both the past and present. Its enduring mysteries serve as catalysts for intellectual growth and discovery. Tourism and global culture exchange have been profoundly influenced by the pyramid. Millions of visitors travel annually to witness its grandeur firsthand, contributing to local economies while participating in a shared global experience. The pyramid is not only a site of historical significance, but also a space where individuals confront the awe-inspiring scale of human achievement. Experiencing the monument in person allows visitors to appreciate the craftsmanship, precision, and vision of its builders, fostering a sense of connection across centuries. This interaction reinforces the pyramid's role as a cultural bridge, linking people from diverse backgrounds through a shared encounter with history and mystery. The pyramid symbolism also resonates in popular media and entertainment. Films, documentaries, and digital media often depict it as a locus of mystery, adventure, and discovery. Its image has become synonymous with ancient wisdom, hidden knowledge, and the extraordinary capabilities of past civilizations. Popular representations, while sometimes speculative, amplify the monument's cultural footprint, reinforcing its position as a symbol of human curiosity and ingenuity. These portrayals encourage engagement with history, even when framed within fictional or imaginative narratives, demonstrating the pyramid's ability to inspire both critical thought and wonder across generations. In addition, the pyramid has become a touchstone for debates about knowledge, power, and cultural heritage. Its construction, purpose, and mysteries invite discussion about the capabilities of ancient societies, challenging modern perceptions of technological and intellectual progression. Scholars, educators, and enthusiasts use the pyramid as a case study for exploring questions about human potential, cultural legacy, and the transmission of knowledge across time. The monument encourages reflection on the nature of civilization, the relationship between effort and achievement, and the ways in which societies choose to preserve or obscure their accomplishments. The global impact of the pyramid also extends to scientific and technological innovation. Its construction, precision, and alignment have inspired engineering solutions, architectural design, and analytical methods. Modern scientists and engineers study its weight distribution, structural integrity, and material properties to gain insights into enduring construction techniques and project management strategies. These studies reveal lessons in problem-solving, resource allocation, and long-term planning, demonstrating that the pyramid offers practical knowledge alongside philosophical inspiration. Its influence continues to shape contemporary practice, bridging ancient wisdom with modern expertise. Ultimately, the pyramid's cultural and global impact is a testament to its enduring power as both a physical monument and a symbol of human aspiration. It transcends time, geography, and discipline, engaging individuals across cultures, professions, and generations. Its mysteries provoke inquiry, its form inspires creativity, and its presence fosters connection. The pyramid embodies the intersection of knowledge, artistry, and ambition, standing as a reminder that human achievement is not only measured by utility or scale, but also by vision, ingenuity, and the ability to leave a legacy that resonates across millennia. In conclusion, the pyramid has shaped human culture and consciousness in profound ways, influencing literature, art, architecture, scholarship, tourism, media, and scientific thought. It serves as a symbol of human potential, a bridge between past and present, and a source of ongoing inspiration and debate. Its monumental presence continues to captivate the imagination, provoke inquiry, and inspire creative and intellectual exploration. The pyramid is more than a structure. It is a global phenomenon, a testament to the ingenuity, ambition, and curiosity of those who built it, and an enduring emblem of humanity's capacity to reach beyond the known and touch the extraordinary. The pyramid remains one of humanity's most profound enigmas, a structure whose existence continues to defy conventional explanation and captivate the imagination of scholars, explorers, and the public alike. Its construction, precision, and scale raise enduring questions about the civilization that built it, the knowledge they possessed, and the intentions behind creating such an extraordinary monument. Despite centuries of study, every layer of analysis reveals new anomalies, hidden chambers, and complexities that challenge the limits of contemporary understanding. The pyramid's mysteries persist not because of the lack of evidence, but because its sophistication surpasses the frameworks through which we interpret history, forcing humanity to confront the possibility that we have only glimpsed fragments of far more advanced ancient reality. One of the most compelling aspects of the pyramids' enduring mystery is the question of how such knowledge was achieved. The precision of alignment, the mastery of mathematics, the integration of astronomical observation, and the sophisticated engineering required suggest a civilization with intellectual and practical capacities beyond what is recorded in known history. Each feature, from perfectly cut stones to hidden internal voids, implies planning, foresight, and understanding that modern science still struggles to replicate. The mystery is intensified by the absence of comprehensive historical records detailing construction methods, social organization, or technological processes, leaving the pyramid as a primary testament to a lost or partially obscured civilization. In essence, the pyramid speaks through stone, geometry, and alignment, conveying knowledge in ways that transcend written language. The question of purpose adds further depth to the pyramid's enigmatic legacy. Scholars have long debated whether it served as a tomb, a ceremonial site, an astronomical observatory, or a repository of symbolic knowledge. Some propose that the pyramid's hidden chambers, acoustic properties, and spatial arrangements indicate ritualistic or spiritual significance, reflecting cosmological understanding or societal hierarchies. Others focus on the monument as a practical feat of engineering, demonstrating mastery over material, labor, and logistics. These interpretations are not mutually exclusive. The pyramid could simultaneously embody multiple functions, blending utility with symbolism, science with philosophy. The ambiguity of purpose contributes to its enduring allure, allowing for ongoing speculation, investigation, and reinterpretation. Cultural resonance also reinforces the pyramid's lasting impact. Across millennia, it has inspired art, literature, architecture, and thought, influencing civilizations far beyond its geographical origin. Its geometry, scale, and precision have become benchmarks for excellence, while its mystery has fueled imagination and inquiry. The pyramid has evolved into a symbol of human potential, representing not just the achievements of its builders, but the broader capacity of humanity to conceive, plan, and execute monumental endeavors. This cultural significance ensures that the pyramid remains relevant, continuously inviting reinterpretation, exploration, and homage across generations. Scientific inquiry continues to deepen the pyramid's legacy. Modern methods such as 3D mapping, muon radiography, and satellite imaging have uncovered hidden chambers, structural anomalies, and patterns previously invisible to researchers. These discoveries extend our understanding of construction techniques, material properties, and architectural foresight, yet simultaneously reinforce the monument's mystery. The pyramid is both a laboratory and a puzzle. It provides evidence and data that guide research while resisting straightforward conclusions. Every discovery, whether confirming theories or challenging assumptions, contributes to a growing sense that the pyramid embodies knowledge that was extraordinary for its time and perhaps even timeless in its relevance. The pyramid's enduring mystery is amplified by the intersection of history, myth, and speculation. Over centuries, stories about its origin, purpose, and construction have blended empirical observation with folklore, philosophical interpretation, and imaginative extrapolation. Myths about lost civilizations, secret knowledge, or extraterrestrial influence have circulated alongside scholarly analysis, each layer adding texture to the monument's narrative. This interplay of fact and legend illustrates a human tendency to seek meaning beyond the immediately observable, highlighting our desire to understand the extraordinary and confront the unknown. The pyramid, in this sense, is not only a physical structure but a cultural mirror, reflecting humanity's fascination with mystery and the quest for understanding. Another dimension of its legacy is the inspiration it provides for contemporary and future generations. Engineers, architects, historians, and scientists study the pyramid to uncover methods, insights, and principles that can inform modern practice. Its lessons extend beyond construction to project management, materials science, mathematics, and even cultural preservation. Beyond technical knowledge, the pyramid imparts an aspirational message that human creativity, ambition, and perseverance can leave an imprint across millennia. Its enduring presence encourages ongoing curiosity, fostering a culture of inquiry that spans disciplines and geographies, connecting past achievement with present investigation and future exploration. The pyramid's ability to maintain relevance in the modern era underscores the timelessness of its design and purpose. It continues to attract visitors, researchers, and enthusiasts from around the world, serving as both a historical site and a symbol of collective human achievement. Its endurance against natural forces, combined with its complex internal architecture, demonstrates an understanding of longevity and sustainability that remains instructive today. The pyramid bridges epochs, linking the accomplishment of its creators with contemporary curiosity and technological capability, creating a continuum of knowledge and inspiration that is rare among historical monuments. Ultimately, the pyramid's enduring mystery and legacy lie in its capacity to provoke thought, inspire wonder, and challenge understanding. It embodies a duality. It is both tangible and enigmatic, precise and inscrutable, a record of human capability, and a question mark over our comprehension of the past. Each generation of observers uncovers new insights while simultaneously confronting unanswered questions, perpetuating a cycle of discovery and reflection. Its stones, alignments, and hidden spaces function as a timeless dialogue between the builders and the world, inviting ongoing engagement and interpretation. In conclusion, the pyramid stands as one of humanity's most extraordinary legacies, a structure whose mystery transcends time, geography, and discipline. Its construction, precision, hidden spaces, symbolism, and enduring cultural resonance make it both a monument and a riddle, a bridge between ancient knowledge and modern inquiry. The pyramid compels reflection on capacities of human civilization, the nature of knowledge, and the enduring fascination with the unknown. It is at once a physical testament to skill and ambition, a symbol of intellectual aspiration, an eternal enigma, a legacy that will continue to challenge, inspire, and captivate for millennia to come. The story of the pyramid does not end with its construction, discovery, or even modern scientific investigation. Its mysteries continue to invite exploration, speculation, and reinterpretation, suggesting that the full scope of its knowledge and purpose may yet be uncovered. As technology advances and research methods evolve, new possibilities emerge for understanding the monument in ways that were once unimaginable. Future exploration promises not only to reveal hidden chambers, structural secrets, or symbolic intentions, but also to reshape humanity's understanding of ancient civilizations, their capabilities, and their lasting influence on the world. The pyramid is, in essence, both a historical artifact and an open-ended challenge, a monument that compels ongoing curiosity and discovery. Emerging technologies offer unprecedented opportunities to investigate the pyramid without physical intrusion. Non-invasive methods, such as enhanced muon imaging, quantum sensing, and advanced 3D modeling, allow researchers to map internal structures with unparalleled precision. These tools could reveal previously undetected voids, passageways, or chambers that hold clues to construction techniques, ceremonial purposes, or symbolic design. As these methods improve, the potential for discovering unknown spaces within the pyramid grows, offering the possibility of rewriting long-held assumptions about its architecture and purpose. Each technological advancement promises not only data but also inspiration, sparking questions that may redefine what we know about ancient engineering and intellectual achievement. The integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning into archaeological research is another avenue of future exploration. AI can analyze vast amounts of data from scans, simulations, and historical records, identifying patterns and correlations that might elude human observation. Predictive modeling can help reconstruct construction sequences, hypothesize the function of hidden chambers, or suggest alternative interpretations of alignment and geometry. Machine learning algorithms can also cross-reference data from other monuments and civilizations, offering a broader contextual understanding that may illuminate the pyramid's significance within a larger global framework. In this way, the combination of human insight and computational power may unlock secrets that have remained inaccessible for millennia. Future exploration may also address the enigmatic symbolism embedded in the pyramid's design. Despite centuries of study, the precise meanings of geometric ratios, material choices, and spatial arrangements remain speculative. As interdisciplinary research expands, combining insights from anthropology, astronomy, acoustics, and cognitive science, it may be possible to uncover a more complete understanding of the symbolic logic that guided construction. Hidden messages encoded in alignment, proportion, and material selection might reveal philosophical, religious, or cosmological frameworks that inform the builder's intentions. Such discoveries would not only deepen knowledge of the pyramid itself, but also illuminate the intellectual and spiritual landscape of the civilization that created it. Speculation about the pyramid's purpose continues to fuel both scientific and imaginative inquiry. Could it have functioned as an astronomical observatory, a repository of knowledge, a ceremonial site, or even a multidimensional monument designed to interact with human perception and cosmic forces? While some theories may remain unverifiable, ongoing research could provide tangible evidence supporting or refuting these hypotheses. Each discovery, whether structural, symbolic, or environmental, contributes to a richer understanding of the monument's complexity. The pyramid's design, far from being static, invites continuous reinterpretation, bridging the line between historical study and intellectual speculation, between empirical investigation and visionary imagination. Global collaboration will likely play a critical role in future exploration. Researchers from diverse disciplines, backgrounds, and countries can bring fresh perspectives, methods, and insights to the study of the pyramid. Collaborative approaches may reveal connections to other monuments, civilizations, or knowledge systems that have been overlooked, expanding the context in which the pyramid is understood. By sharing data, technology, and expertise, the global scientific community can approach the monument not merely as a national or regional artifact, but as a cultural and intellectual treasure belonging to humanity as a whole. This cooperative framework ensures that exploration remains ethical, comprehensive, and multidisciplinary, reflecting the pyramid's multifaceted nature. Public engagement will also shape the future of pyramid exploration. As awareness grows and technology enables broader participation, enthusiasts and citizen scientists may contribute observations, simulations, and analyses that complement professional research. Digital platforms, virtual reality, and interactive modeling can provide immersive experiences that allow people to explore the pyramid virtually, fostering a global community of curiosity and learning. By democratizing access to information experience, the pyramid's mysteries can inspire the next generation of thinkers, engineers, historians, and dreamers, ensuring that the monument continues to be a living source of intellectual and cultural enrichment. Environmental and conservation considerations will guide future exploration as well. Any investigation must balance the desire for discovery with the imperative to preserve the structure for future generations. Emerging techniques prioritize non-invasive study, minimal disruption, and sustainable practices, ensuring that exploration enhances understanding without compromising integrity. By integrating scientific rigor with respect for cultural heritage, future research can advance knowledge while honoring the pyramid's historical and symbolic significance. This approach reflects an awareness that discovery and preservation are complementary rather than conflicting objectives. Ultimately, the pyramid's future exploration and speculation highlight the interplay between curiosity, technology, and imagination. It remains a monument that both challenges and inspires, inviting humanity to question assumptions, pursue knowledge, and dream beyond conventional limits. Every scan, simulation, or analytical breakthrough reveals more than structural secrets. It uncovers the enduring ingenuity, vision, and ambition of the builders. At the same time, each unanswered question underscores the vastness of what remains unknown, sustaining the pyramid's mystique and allure. The interplay between revelation and mystery ensures that exploration is an ongoing process, as much about intellectual journey as about empirical discovery. In conclusion, the future of pyramid exploration is a dynamic frontier, blending cutting-edge science, interdisciplinary research, global collaboration, and imaginative speculation. Emerging technologies, AI, and non-invasive methods promise unprecedented insight into hidden chambers, construction methods, and symbolic meaning. Global cooperation and public engagement broaden the scope of inquiry, while careful conservation ensures the monument's longevity. The pyramid continues to provoke wonder, challenge understanding, and inspire inquiry, demonstrating that its legacy is not fixed in history, but alive in the present and evolving into the future. It stands as both a mystery and an invitation, a call to explore, to question, and to imagine, bridging the wisdom of the past with the promise of discovery yet to come. Modern scientific investigations have opened new windows into understanding the pyramid, revealing details that were impossible to discern with the tools available in earlier centuries. For archaeologists, historians, and engineers, technology has transformed the study of ancient structures from theoretical speculation to precise analysis. Advanced techniques, including ground-penetrating radar, 3D laser scanning, muon radiography, and satellite imagery, have allowed experts to examine the pyramid's interior and exterior without physically disturbing its structure. These methods have uncovered hidden chambers, voids, and anomalies that were long suspected but never confirmed, providing unprecedented insights into construction techniques, architectural precision, and potential purposes. Modern science has turned the pyramid from an object of myth and legend into a laboratory for exploring ancient knowledge, yet the results often deepen the mystery rather than resolve it. One of the most groundbreaking techniques employed is muon radiography, a process that uses cosmic particles to penetrate dense stone and reveal hidden spaces. In recent years, muon detectors placed around the pyramid have identified previously unknown voids and cavities, some of which are comparable in size to major internal chambers. These discoveries confirm that the pyramid's internal structure is far more complex than previously documented, with large spaces whose function remains speculative. Unlike traditional excavation, muon radiography allows researchers to map these voids in 3 dimensions, providing insights into how the builders may have distributed weight and constructed hidden areas without destabilizing the monument. The technique demonstrates the intersection of modern physics with archaeology, showing how contemporary science can uncover secrets hidden for thousands of years. Ground-penetrating radar has complemented these findings, revealing anomalies in both the pyramid's foundation and surrounding terrain. Subsurface scans suggest the presence of tunnels, chambers, and structural irregularities that hint at the builder's sophisticated understanding of engineering principles. These investigations also identify differences in stone density and material composition, which may indicate deliberate choices intended to enhance stability, resist seismic activity, or serve symbolic purposes. By analyzing these variations, scientists gain clues about construction methods that challenge traditional assumptions about ancient tools and technology. The evidence collected with modern scanning tools reveals a level of planning, foresight, and technical skill that is difficult to reconcile with the presumed historical capabilities of the society that built the pyramid. Satellite imagery has added a new dimension to research, allowing scholars to examine the broader landscape for signs of related structures, roads, or settlements. Patterns that appear artificial, including terraces, alignments, and linear formations, suggest that the pyramid may have been part of a more extensive complex or network. These findings challenge the notion of the pyramid as an isolated monument, hinting at a civilization with the organizational capacity to coordinate large-scale projects across significant distances. By comparing satellite data with ground observations, scientists can reconstruct potential pathways for transport, construction logistics, and resource distribution, offering a glimpse into the sophisticated planning that would have been required. Each discovery expands the narrative beyond the pyramid itself, pointing to a society that may have possessed far-reaching engineering and logistical knowledge. Material analysis has also been crucial in modern investigations. Petrographic and chemical studies of stones reveal unusual compositions and sourcing methods that defy simple explanation. Some blocks originate from quarries located far from the pyramid, requiring careful transport and handling, while others show signs of precise cutting and polishing that surpass expectations for contemporary tools. Advanced microscopy and spectroscopy have identified microabrasion patterns that suggest techniques for shaping stone that are not documented in historical records. These findings reinforce the idea that the builders had access to knowledge and methods that remain unknown, and that their ability to manipulate materials was both precise and purposeful. Furthermore, non-invasive 3D scanning and modeling have allowed researchers to simulate structural dynamics, testing how the pyramid responds to stress, weight distribution, and environmental conditions. These models reveal a level of engineering foresight that is extraordinary. The pyramid can withstand seismic activity, wind, and erosion far better than conventional construction methods would predict. The integration of mathematics, geometry, and materials science is evident in every angle, joint, and alignment, highlighting the intellectual achievement behind the structure. These simulations also provide hypotheses about construction sequence, labor coordination, and the potential use of ramps, scaffolds, or other mechanisms, offering a clearer picture of the monumental effort involved. Modern scientific investigations have also extended to environmental and acoustic studies. Researchers have measured airflow, temperature, and resonance within the internal chambers, discovering that certain spaces amplify sound or maintain temperature stability in ways that suggest intentional design. These features may have served ritualistic, symbolic, or practical purposes, and they highlight the multidimensional nature of the pyramid. By combining data from diverse scientific disciplines, geology, physics, engineering, and acoustics, modern investigations reveal the pyramid as a structure designed not only for longevity, but also for complex interaction with the environment and possibly human perception. Despite these technological advancements, each discovery often deepens the enigma rather than resolving it. Hidden chambers raise new questions about purpose. Material anomalies challenge conventional timelines of technology. Precise alignment suggests advanced mathematical understanding, and evidence of large-scale planning hints at a civilization whose full story remains elusive. Modern science provides the tools to map, measure, and analyze, yet cannot fully answer why the pyramid was built with such extraordinary precision, nor can it explain how knowledge that seems anachronistic was acquired. The structure continues to defy conventional explanation, bridging the gap between ancient ingenuity and modern inquiry. In conclusion, modern scientific investigations have transformed the study of the pyramid, offering unprecedented insights into its hidden complexities and the sophistication of its builders. Techniques such as muon radiography, ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery, material analysis, and 3D modeling have uncovered new chambers, clarified construction methods, and revealed anomalies that challenge conventional historical narratives. Yet, despite these breakthroughs, the pyramid remains a profound mystery, compelling researchers to acknowledge the limits of contemporary understanding while marveling at the extraordinary capabilities of the ancient civilization that created it. It stands as both a subject of rigorous scientific study and a monument to enduring human curiosity, bridging past and present in ways that continue to inspire wonder, investigation, and awe.